Yellow.
Really have to.
Already. Literally a second in getting interrupted. We're good. We're doing great. Just the intro's going to roll.
Stop being so mean to him.
Oof.
I can't help it. He makes it so easy. Plus, apparently, you know, the whole reason that my eyesight works as good as it does because I have a bunch of cum in it.
Sometimes it heightens your sentences, you know? I don't know why I said it like that, like from fucking like Castlevania times.
You said heighten my sentences.
It sounded like sentences. In my head, it was sentences. Don't worry about it. Shoot. All right. Well, this is ADLR Podcast, episode 142. As you can see, we're growing in numbers. We have Kelsey here with us. Weird. So I keep asking you, weird or Kelsey?
I don't care. I mean,
got it.
You can just call me Kelsey because that's what you do.
I'd be
it's
bad
ingrained in your head. It's not going to change.
I couldn't act with you in the scene because I would just call you Kelsey on accident. I had to you'd have to lose my number, and then after a few years, I can be like, okay, now I can act with this kid. And we got Brian down there, back after a week hiatus. We got Randall, making sure the Instagram's working correctly.
You're running out of room on your screen, bro.
Yeah, this was a rush job. Like I did it in like 5 minutes, so bear with me. I need to our Windows things are a lot smaller than Brian's and Randall's. I'll sort that out by next week. I just don't have time.
If we get enough people, I need you to do the Brady Bunch layout, and you're in the middle.
Absolutely. I can definitely do that.
I'm totally down for this.
That would be havoc.
The most beautiful get the biggest frames. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're the ones that get the people watching, so I figured they deserve a, a bigger.
I mean, every time, seriously, everybody comes into my podcast is like, "Where's Randall?"
Yep.
Which one?
Sure.
Every time.
Huh?
Which one is the light?
The light, the one in the middle. I did forget to put on the light. Bam. Oof, overexposure.
I could turn it off.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I can do it from here. Configure video live as we're recording. Let's do it. You know, what do we got to lose?
Our ad money.
Your ad money?
Ad money.
Yeah.
How much is it? How much is there?
I think
we paid them $10 to say that.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's not worth the cash at the moment. Anywho, what you hear, Nick? Is it Skippy or Nick? What do you want?
Either one.
Either one. Okay, so. It's
you
Nick,
call him Kelsey, you call me Skippy. Or if you call him Kelsey, you call me Nick. If you call him Weird, you call me Skippy.
Got it. No problem. So you're gonna be Nick then.
His name. Combine his nickname and his name, so he's Nip.
Nippy.
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 He's nippy out here.
Yeah. Anywho, and we're back this week with more shit to watch and talk about. We got some good news coming, some announcements made. We got some releases coming out this week. First of all, how's everybody's weekend? Randall, what you do this weekend? Besides Love, Death, and Robots, which we'll get to.
Nothing.
Just booling?
I didn't play anything, so I did some art.
You didn't play Returnal?
Nah.
Why not?
Too much stress.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
You didn't play Tekken?
Nah, I didn't play Tekken. Wait, I think I might have played Tekken Friday night. Yeah, I think I did. I think I played Friday night.
On the PS4?
On PC.
PC, got it. Do you have one of those little, what are they, the analog sticks or whatever?
He sure does.
Those are sweet.
The arcade sticks.
That, yes.
He definitely does. If it's not that, he doesn't play you.
Yeah, well, if you don't have that, you're no good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Sonic call that
sucks.
Yeah. All right. Brian, what you do this weekend?
What did I do?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, we watched the Demon Slayer movie.
Yeah.
And then we watched the one motherfucking, what else did we watch? Love, Death, and Robots.
And we'll get to those. Did you
and
guys
I
happen
accidentally
to...
played Returnal from 8 in the morning till about 4 p.m.
I mean, Returnal...
And you didn't stream any of it?
No, he did not.
Returnal was me time, right?
The problem with Returnal is that because it's taking advantage of the SSD in the freaking console, when it loads the next cycle, you're like, oh, I'm already here, let me just do another quick run. And then 40 minutes go by, and then you're like, oh, I died. Oh, but I'm already back into it again. I can just do another run, and then there goes your entire day.
Mm-hmm.
The point of streaming is that me time is everyone's time.
Exactly.
No, because then I had to have clothes on.
Oof.
I mean, no, you don't.
You just can't show your lower half. That's it.
Just don't show your lower half. You're good to go.
Well, I mean,
I sit further when I'm on a controller, so I'm like back here. You can't see now because I'm wearing black, but you
can just
wiener.
hold it in front of your wiener, and you're good.
There you go. Just say it's a bathtub stream, and you'll be fine.
There you go. There you go. What's the hot tub stream? Is the new hot
I would
tub.
fucking do that. That's the 5-bit wall gaming.
Yeah, hot tub gaming, and you'll be fine. Oof. Nick, what you do this week, man? This weekend, sorry. We'll get to the week.
It was an action-packed weekend. I played some puck last night. Had a playoff game. Lost. Out of the playoffs. It was a 420 game, too. So I had to move some things around to make it.
I see what you did. That's what you did there.
Yeah. Also, Saturday, we celebrated a friend's birthday party. My brother brought the GameCube over, and we played some Smash.
Oh,
we played
classic.
some Mario Party. We had a good time.
Who's your main in Melee?
Link.
Okay, so you're a and chucking fucking bombs and shit. Okay.
I don't do the bombs, and I don't do the
boomerang?
and I don't do the arrows, nor the boomerang. I don't do any of the projectiles.
How do you play as Link? That's his main.
I don't know, but I dominate though. You
Okay.
should ask my brother.
Hey.
I dominate.
All you need with Link
Yeah.
and Kirby.
Oh man, I was not expecting that answer, especially if you're not doing it
I
like
dominate.
he's Link with the projectiles.
I haven't watched so I know like the pros stream and like they do all that crazy shit. I've
Yeah.
never watched a pro stream Link, so I have no clue how he's supposed to be played. I
Yeah.
just do my own thing with him.
I've never seen Link be played either, so I have no clue what that's supposed to look like in Melee.
I would imagine to
But
take advantage of
pretty good.
those, but okay,
You should, but whatever.
that's fair. I'm with you. As long as I can hit buttons
It
and people
works
get
for
hit.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
gotcha.
I
Okay.
use this. I don't need bills. I don't know anything about games. It's the same thing with League. I don't know shit about the game. I just play it and I'm good at it.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of
Hey, Nick,
conflicting
did you know that Zyra
ideologies.
can make range
It's
plans?
weird, but it works. I need my brother in here to talk about it. But yeah,
That's so weird. Okay. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Kelsey,
What's up?
to round it out, what you do this weekend, man?
This
Besides
weekend
the
I
things on here.
went over to a friend's house and cooked. Thank you. Cooked burgers and hung out with my friends and their kids. That was a lot of fun. And then Saturday, I think I spent a good majority of the day just streaming the original Mass Effect. Now the Legendary Edition's out.
Right. Oh, speaking of which, I did tune in for like a second, and you look so pissed. I don't know what happened to you before I started watching. Like, dead face, just mad. I don't know what happened minutes before I joined or what happened.
Do you
either he's
remember?
pissed or he's got some RBF going on.
Right?
You were on Pharaohs.
Oh,
and you were
okay,
walking
yeah.
through something.
Yeah, so Pharaoh, so like I was deciding what I wanted to go and do first. And like I always play, Paragon, and I always choose the Paragon option if I can choose it.
Yeah.
And I make it a point to get my charm or whatever the hell it is, the Paragon all the way up as much as possible.
Right.
So that I can use those options. And it was at 10 out of 12. Okay, there's only 12 maximum points. And I can't get the last two because I don't think my Paragon is high enough to unlock those last two blocks yet. Or I haven't done something. I'm not sure. You need 12 to talk the guy from Exogeny out of like not attacking you and forcing you to kill him. And I'm like running around trying to level up, trying to do whatever I can, and I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Like I came here because I thought this was like where I was supposed to go because they were like, yeah, because I don't remember a lot of like the order of things from the first game.
Right.
And they were like, maybe if I hit Pharaohs first, those colonists will still be alive. And I'm like, okay. I don't think they had like a time limit type thing on these, but I was like, let's just go there because, just in case, because I don't remember. And I get there, and everything just isn't dying very easily. and it's because, and I looked up like a guide of like the order of stuff, and they say that you can do it in any order for the first 3, but they highly suggest going after Liara first, and then going to Novaria, and then going to Pharos, because that's the kind of the difficulty scaling. And I started with the hardest one first.
I always did Liara first because I put her on my team, because Liara, and then I always did I did Novaria last because on Insanity, with all the shitty cover that they have where she just moves it and then you die.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I had the best shit on me.
Yeah. I thought so I was playing the Quasar games, I think is what they're called.
The gambling.
Yeah. And you can win like 200 credits at most for hitting 20. And I was playing and I was like winning and winning and winning. And then after like 15 minutes, I think I'd only won like maybe 1,100 credits. And I was like, because I was sitting there going, you know, I could technically cheese this game by getting like, you know, because I'm gonna be a Spectre in a minute. I'll just buy the like best sniper rifle and then just blow everybody out of the water, you know, and then like I was like playing and playing and playing, and then I realized how much money I was actually, you know, winning.
Yeah.
Until I was like, okay, let's you know, take a second, look at how much money I have. Okay, let's play a few games, see how long it takes me. And then in about 15 minutes, I'd only won $1,100, and I was like, nope, there's no way I'm gonna get like several $100,000 in a good amount of time to go and play this and do this without like killing myself.
Yeah, like just blowing your brains out, because I don't know if that's really fun to do for 12 hours. So
yeah, but I did look up whether or not it like really matters if Zhong stays alive. It doesn't seem to have any real, like, it has a benefit if you can't save all of the colonists, because they need like a leader. So as long as you do, like, I think as long as you can save basically all the colonists and then do all of the side missions that they ask you to do, the colony will survive and thrive and be fine. The other thing is, if you let Shyala live, that, you know, gives you like an extra 5 points, but he gives 12, and then, but after you get over a certain amount, it doesn't really matter. But I was just like, but I don't want to kill him for no fucking reason. Like, the whole point of shoving everything into Charm is so that I don't have to do this. There were a couple of times that I had to like load saves and hope to God that they was like far enough back, because what was another one? Oh, when you first come to the Citadel and you try and save the girl that's in the bar, Jenna, I think her name, or her sister, Rita and Jenna, whichever one is down there that's working for CSEC.
yeah.
Talking to the guy that's like put her on the mission, you have to have like 8 points, and I only had 7, and I couldn't get any more, and so I had to go become a Spectre so I could get that last point so I could fucking do it.
Jeez, so you get lucked out with the save, so you don't have to worry about.
It managed to take me back to where I loaded in.
Nice. All right. Well, when you finish that playthrough, we got to talk about it, because I want to see the differences between. Let's see if they changed enough for it to be like, yeah, buy this trilogy, you know. And Brian, you said you bought it as well, right?
The graphics definitely look good. The sound, the sound just takes me back. There are some issues. They've already released a patch for a couple of things, and there are some issues with the with the squad mates, where if you enter a room, they don't always even, especially if you're in battle, they'll just sit there like this, and then you're like, no, I need you to get in here. I need help. And so I had to drag things back into their line of sight so that they would shoot stupid shit.
That's a new level of buggy. You think they would just carry over the same script? I wonder if they had to redo some stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if it was buggy originally, because it's been so long since I played the original.
Right.
But
nice. Okay. And you said you did get it as well already?
The frame it said you can pre-order on Steam. I did. I just haven't started it because I already did the playthrough in the correct order. Now, since I have every single comic for Mass Effect, the trilogy, the only thing that exists for Mass Effect, I was gonna read up in sequential order, then play the first game, read, and then the second. So
I see. Okay.
But then Returnal just keeps accidentally loading up, and then I don't have reading time.
Are you gonna play the fourth Mass Effect?
Hmm.
The new one is coming out when it comes out, I guess. Yeah.
No, the fourth
there's
one that's currently out.
Yeah, there's a fourth one. There's a fifth one coming out, but the fourth one's already
The
out.
mobile
Right?
game? Yeah, the mobile game I wanted to try.
I honestly don't know if he's fucking with me. There's a mobile game. What? What? How does it play? Is it like a gacha game or?
No, I don't remember how I played. I just remember they announced it, and you're just like really old white guy.
Oh, okay.
But what about Andromeda?
Never
I don't
heard
know
of
what
it.
that is. What is that?
Never heard of it. I don't know what that is. Did you say
Like
season
Scrubs, season
9 of Scrubs? What? Never heard of it.
Next thing he's gonna say that Witcher 2 isn't Witcher 1.
Oh, speaking of which, if anyone wants to play Witcher 1, they're giving it away on GOG right now.
I wonder why.
It's a completed thing. Yeah, it comes with like the soundtrack and some other goodies too. So
Why are they giving away a demo?
I don't know.
They've
That
already
way-
released 2 really good games.
So
It's
just
to
in
get
case.
you into the first game.
There you go. Just in case. Anywho. All right, cool. Everyone's just chilling, brew. You know what I'm saying? I think Brian. I think we should go ahead because I just want to get this thing out of the way. So, and then you guys watch Demon Slayer? Nick and Kelsey.
I have plans to, but don't worry about me. I'll watch it eventually. I probably
What is
won't
it called?
remember
Demon
anything.
Slayer?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. I'm not gonna spoil it because it literally came out like, it's pretty recent. I think
Oh,
like
you
a
can
month.
you can
So-
spoil it. It's an anime. I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not
Well,
into anime at all?
Nope.
Oh, dang.
Well, technically, the Castlevania show's an anime.
I realize that,
I was about to say.
and
like,
I was
he
gonna
has-
say that during my review.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Holy.
He's a phony. Oh snap!
No, I don't do anime.
Did you ever do anime and you just like grew out of it, or did you just from
No,
the
I mean,
get go never liked it?
I watch DBZ, but I think that's about all. I'm just not a huge fan.
Gotcha. That's fine. All right. So for Demon Slayer, came out a couple weeks back. We got together, watched it as a group here, bunch of weebs. Story takes place right after the first season, like literally the next frame over. So it's like a continuation of the show. They're on the train, the Mugen train, and shit pops off there. I guess, Brian, do you want to do spoilers or no?
I don't care.
These guys don't care. And Randall, you're not going to watch it, right? Just in
put a
case.
spoiler
It's because it's
alert.
really good and you're missing out.
I
Something-
get whatever cool clips I can get from TikTok.
Okay. There's going to be some for this movie because there's some badass shit. Oh, so full with spoilers. If you haven't seen the Demon Slayer movie, come back in like 5 minutes, you know? Because I'm not going to, you know? Anywho, on the train, a demon is taking over the train by making people sleep, and then it's like a dream type of demon where it's like you fall asleep and then they take control of your they give you dreams you want to see and then like swap to something that's like horrendous and makes you scared and shit just to keep you vulnerable. We have the same crew as from the show. We have Tanjiro Inosuke, what's his Zenitsu's in it, and then obviously his sister, or Tanjiro's sister.
What's her name?
I forgot her name.
What a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Nezuko.
Nezuko. Damn, I knew it started with the fucking N, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with it though.
Really bad with the names. Like I'll watch 200 episodes and be like, yeah, that's
Yeah, man.
shit.
I think I've gotten to that age with watching anime, the Japanese names, I'm not remembering anymore. I'm like, I describe them to you visually, and you better know what the hell I'm talking about because I'm not gonna get the name.
My capacity for people's names is like beers, where if he respects you, he calls you by your name.
Oh, okay.
If not, I don't remember what you're called.
That's fair. Anywho, takes place on the train. The demons and crazy anime action happens, and it's a lot of swordsmanship type of like fused with some magic, like elementals like fire, water, Avatar style sort of thing. And yeah, they take down the big baddie once they clear it out. I don't want to tell you all the details of the action anyway. 'Cause it's really cool. The animation's done really well. They introduce a character and then quickly remove him from the equation, which hit super hard because they took some time to actually give him backstory, lore, make him likable, and then they're like, hey, I'm just going to take that from you. You like the Game of Thrones, right? And then that's how they treated everyone. The villain didn't really have much of an arc. He was just a baddie, and no one really. He was just disposed. He was just like the ship to drive the plot for the movie and some backstory for each of the main characters. Characters?
Hey,
Characters.
Dexter.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what my fucking speech is like disintegrating in public, you know? Yes, like he was basically used as like he was the train to their backstory, if that makes sense. So all the main dudes that they gave us more time to relate to them in any way. And there were some really funny parts they used for the dream sequences, and even just in between battles when they're taking arrested to decide their next move, course of action. There's not much else besides that really happened. It's just they did a good job with the pacing. Email in the chat, what's up? Que pajo, puto cabrón. That's what he said in my chat. Let's get it. We're ready here.
Game of the year?
The movie? Oh, I'm talking about it at the end of this year. Like, this is like worthy. Definitely. So I highly recommend it, especially if you love the show. I don't know if it'll if you weren't a fan of the show, this is not gonna, I think, turn you over, like bring you over, because it's more of that, of whatever the TV series was. So the movie's just adding more to that, but with more budget, since it's a movie. So the animation looks a ton better. The sound was fantastic, was mixed well. Even the background music in specific scenes hit. The voice acting was fantastic. I have to say, because I kept saying it after the movie, Tanjiro's Japanese voice actor is Tom Holland in Japanese. Period. Like that.
You watched it in sub?
Yeah. Because I watched the show in sub, so I figured I'd keep it going. And it was great. Eman's like, totally didn't ugly cry. No, this thing definitely pokes at your heartstrings. Like the way they built up the character and then whoop, removed it. It was fantastic. It'll hit you. And because of Tanjiro's performance after the fact, it's just they know how to nail down the loss, and it was fantastic. It was great. Highly recommended. Brian, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I enjoyed it. It's pretty. One of the only complaints is.
So the energy he just walked in with was, I mean, if I shot myself in the foot, I'd probably have a better time. But if I
don't act more
didn't,
excited.
This is just how I sound.
You can't go by the sound of the intensity of his voice. You got to go with the substance of what he's saying. The nuance.
Well, usually when he's like hyped up about stuff, he starts out with okay, so boom, and then he goes in whatever it is.
It's because it's not Skullgirls, all right? This is good, but it's not Skullgirls, which is on sale right now.
No, the sale ended. Okay,
I'm so trash, bro. Can you just go then?
What the hell was I saying?
You were starting with a negative.
Yeah, so one of the few critiques of this that I didn't like is, so already in the show, there's two art styles essentially. There's the art style of the characters in the world and everything, and there's another art style when they show like the special strikes and forms for each character. It looks more like, if you guys have ever seen Okami, like the game, it looks kind of like that, while the show just looks like a really pretty traditional anime. With this movie, they introduced some CG that it is, I can't say it looks like shit, but in comparison to those other two styles, it's very jarring, and you're like, I don't want to look at this.
That's how in Castlevania they had these weird 3D scenes that were intermixed with the anime art style. It was very jarring as well.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the biggest complaint. Anything else, just nitpicking, like the way X character gets eliminated. I was hoping that they at least got a W out of it besides the W that he gets.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. That's really it. I enjoyed the rest of it. There's definitely the Tom Holland of Japan. I'm going Tom Holland of Japan.
Oh, Japan, not just anime. Got it.
So seeing the person died, I was like, damn, that sucks. Literally everything after that, I was like, I started to feel it. My eyes got a little misty, not to the point of crying, but I can see why people cried.
It was fantastic performances.
It does a good job of like, yeah, they're beating people's asses most of the movie, but the focus is still character development.
Yeah.
Which Everyone on that train, even the villain, they're all cool. Their backstory, that's cool, or whatever they were dreaming about, that's entertaining. It does a good job of being fun to watch, action-wise, funny, and then also serious. It blends those pretty well.
Just great pacing.
Yeah. So I would say it sucks.
Don't recommend it? Huh?
Okay.
No, that's what I was going to say. He said this sucks, so I was going to say that he doesn't recommend it. What are you going to say? What are you going to ask? Mike. You put it to the side. There you go.
Does my boy still do that one?
Oof, he has a scene in this. Oh my God. So that
has he learned
pops
more
up.
moves?
No. He hasn't learned anything new. But man, because they have more money into the budget, when he does an attack in this, oh my gosh. And you hear
it comes into the scene, it's literally like, oh, I don't even know how to explain. You know when everybody came back in Avengers? When they show someone join the fight, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude. It's like, and they come in using an attack, and it's usually so badass to say the effects
So he's
are great.
not scared anymore?
No, he's still scared. Again, it takes place like right after the show. At the end of the show, he's still he hasn't developed that much. So
There's also another added funny layer because, all right, so
that's true.
his power is when he's knocked out or unconscious, right? The main villain, or the villain for most of the movie, puts people to sleep so they're unconscious, and then has people infiltrate their mind to try to weaken them. If someone is stronger when they're asleep, what do you expect to happen when that person goes into their brain?
You'll see what was actually driving that character, and it's night and day different than what you see in the real world. Because you see him, he's like a goofy little kid or whatever, and then when they infiltrate his mind, the thing that takes over when he does those moves is in there.
Oh.
So it's
kind of like the Hulk being inside of Bruce Banner.
Exactly. Like if Bruce Banner went to bed and you go into his subconscious, the Hulk is there. Yeah. It's basically that, but in Zenitsu's form, in Zenitsu's way. Oh my god. That's pretty hot. Yeah, I think you would actually like this. I don't know if you've started watching or you have it in your backlog, but
it's in my backlog to watch the show. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's so many good things out right now. It's hard to.
Those are facts. I mean, those are facts.
One thing I'll say about the anime, and I forgot this fact until we started watching the movie, and I was asked, "Oh, who's your favorite character?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" Because this, like Jujutsu Kaisen, there's really no weak links.
Everyone's really cool.
Yeah. There's certain characters you'd be like, fuck him for plot reason, but I'm assuming if that character ever fights him, like, not fuck with him.
Adam just recently, I think, binged Jujutsu Kaisen and was messaging me and was like especially when what's her name, the
nail girl
with the glasses and the weapons.
Maya or Mai. I think it's Mai.
Yeah,
sure.
But she I mean, you don't really think anything about it because she's like, yeah, I can't do anything because I can't, create curse energy, so I have to use weapons. And then she starts, beating the absolute shit out of everybody.
Yeah, just
she's
flexing.
A weapons master.
Yeah, it's awesome. When her fights were fantastic.
You watched it, right?
Me?
Yeah, he talked about
it. I wasn't.
Oh, sorry, you weren't here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it the other week and talked about it while you weren't here. It was incredible.
Who's your favorite character?
He's not gonna say what you think, Brian.
The girl. What's her name? The girl with the hammer and the nails.
Oh. You mean useful Sakura?
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew it.
I think that's what Anthony said to you.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
The thing is that all of the characters are incredible on that show. Like there isn't a weak link. Like every single one of them is just, great.
This one's
Toto
very
is
similar
because of his personality.
When he does his claps are too good. He makes the weirdest sexual faces, man. It's so good.
You guys both did that at the same time. That was very well timed.
That's because when we hear todo, that's the first thing I see, because he claps and he can swap places or swap other people's places with each other. So he'll clap and then do like a weird face. It's really funny.
Yeah, imagine a huge guy who's literally all about working the body, and then he does like a very sexual face to switch places with you to continue working your body. So there's literally a whole combo video of him beating someone up and then clapping and doing those faces. He's obviously my favorite character. There's so many good ones. One, there's a character with a gun, so I was like, I don't know, right? And him, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
that's
she's
pretty
a
cool.
bitch.
But she has a gun though.
I hope she gets a better art. I hope she continues because
I
she had
think
like
she's
a.
done,
You think so? After that, oh well.
unfortunately. But yeah, the scene that sold me was when he asked the main character, "What's your preference in women?" And then he answered, and then the whole dream scenario, and it came back to him crying.
Yeah.
Like, this is my guy.
Yeah, and Panda was good. Oh,
I
we're moving
love
from a
him
different
because
anime now.
When he and whoever the fucking main character is, like when he answers his question, and he has these vivid images and like makes up memories and everything that are like as real to him as us like breathing, you know, about the two of them being in high school and middle school, and it's friggin' hilarious.
Just sitting there.
Just
fucking
crying.
tears.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. And for the final review here, Brian, it's a recommendation, correct? For Demon Slayer Mugen Train?
Yeah, I recommend it.
That's 2 for 2, bubby.
I don't like vividly remember the music or the score, but it wasn't anything that I like. Yo, turn this shit off. You know.
I remember one, and it was for the scene.
Oh.
There was a specific song playing, and now that song's in my head. Not all the time, but like every time I hear it, I'm like, I know what happened with this song playing.
But yeah, to sum up, they hinted at this character in the show when it ends.
Yeah.
And they literally give you a start to end arc of this character.
Mm-hmm.
In a 2-hour, what's it called?
Runtime.
In essentially 4 episodes of an anime, maybe a little more.
Yep. And then they just rip them from you. I'm not gonna cry on stream. Now we're gonna move on. All right, that's Demon Slayer. It's great. We both loved it. Go check it out. If you've seen the show, I don't know why you haven't seen the movie. If you haven't seen the show, give it a shot. And if you like the show, this is just, it brings it. So that's that. All right, Brian. I think it's time for you to get your headphones off because we're gonna go into another animated thing here. Castlevania.
I forget. I can deafen.
That's true. You can just deafen. Okay, him flicking us off, that means he's deafened. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Nick, they might spoil it, so I don't know if you want to take off. You don't care? Okay, so Castlevania Season 4.
Yeah.
Actually,
Ryan,
wait,
you wanna go first?
Wait, before, because I think Nick last time talked about the first 2 seasons, right?
I did.
So let's
No,
start
I
with...
talked about season 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you did? Okay, so...
Oh wait, did I talk about 3 or just?
I don't think you're talking about 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give us a quick... Is 3... Are you losing the show at season 3? Is it still gripping you?
No, it's short.
Yeah.
Each season is 10 episodes, except the first one was like 6, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it's very short and they're only 30 minutes long.
Yep.
So it definitely keeps you gripped. And there's a lot of character building in all the seasons, and there's characters that come and go, obviously because they die or they just move on. But season 3 introduced one of the weirdest characters, Saint Germain. And they kept saying it as Saint Germain instead of Saint Germain.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what he would say. And he was super fucking weird. Like, I couldn't get a grip on what the hell this character was. Like, he's an immortal or something. Like, he's been alive for thousands of years or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's advised kings and queens. Like, he's basically a scholar. He's a little bitch, but he's a scholar, and he knows all kinds of things. Did you get the same read, Brian, that I'm getting on Saint Germain?
Yeah, he's a little. Well, so one thing real quick. I thought his name was Charlemagne. Because of the
he thought
way
it was
he's-
Charlemagne. And when he was talking about it, I was like, Brian, did I miss a few episodes or something? Like, who is Charlemagne? And he's like the scholar dude. I was like, oh, okay, Saint Germain.
Yeah, but
I watch
because the
everything with
way he
subtitles,
says
though,
it,
so I
like you
understood.
can't fucking understand any
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. Like,
And
he
so
says
I'm
it's
like-
so weird.
I'm like, Charlemagne, I don't know how to spell it. Nick's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, do you mean Saint Germain? And I like had to go look it up. I was like, oh yeah, that dude.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Like, he says his name really weird. So it was, if I didn't watch it with subtitles, I would have no clue what his name was.
Yeah.
You
But
did
yeah,
But anyway, he's super weird.
I would
Okay.
agree. I mean, he's
It was a very
Like-
interesting character, though.
to me he was very like flamboyant without being flamboyant. Like if that makes any sense.
Like a
you know, he
subtle
just was
passing
very
away.
like, yeah, you know, he was definitely an interesting character. Like I wanted to see more of him because like his arc was really cool.
Oh yeah,
but they
it was
didn't
awesome.
really give you a ton in season 3.
Yeah, well, so season 3, like he started off as a swindler, and when he met the main characters, he started like telling the truth all of a sudden because they looked through his bullshit, I guess, and they caught him in some things,
Yeah.
and he would tell them the truth, and he looked remorseful, and like they started building him off as a really good character, and then something happened where he met one of the other characters, like he met the vampire guy that was Brian. They met the vampire guy that was Death, who was
Vanny.
Yeah, Barney or whatever.
Barney. There you go. Yeah.
Who was playing as the alchemist inside, and the alchemist turned him bad, like in the middle of season 4. Oh, and Adam says it's pronounced San Germain.
Oh, okay.
Which is why they said it the way they did. But anyway, he was a weird character. So he started off good. At the end of season 3, he was something happened where all of the characters were basically like, what the fuck just happened? Like they rolled into this town to save it, but they didn't end up saving it because he fucking destroyed it. And then season 4 was basically them cleaning up all of the storylines.
Okay.
And I'm trying to talk about this without giving away specifics because I know you guys are going to watch it, so it probably doesn't make much sense.
Right. That's fine to keep it. If you need to spoil it, and I'll live with it. But these guys already have it muted.
So this is, and the episode 9 of season 3 had the most awkward cartoon sex scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And like I felt awkward watching these scenes. And did you watch season 3, Anthony?
Yeah, I don't think I have to catch up on this 4 because they just came out. But I saw 3, and I know what you mean.
Really, there were some really awkward sex scenes there, but they made sense as far as the story was concerned. But they compacted it into one, and it just kept going back and forth from scene to scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys could like spread this out a little bit or something. It was a super awkward episode.
Or just keep in our head like, oh, they're banging. Move on to the next plot point. We don't need to see sex on here, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And go ahead, Brian.
I was reading something about that earlier today where they were like that just seems to be a pattern in a lot of animes and shows and things where they're like, oh, this has got some really good plot points and totally unnecessary sex scene, and it's like you could have literally summed that up in like 4 seconds to just show them like tearing clothes off and then moving on. Like that's it. I don't need to see them literally fucking each other on screen.
Yeah,
like,
it was super long and drawn out. It was literally 25 minutes of these 2 sex scenes going on, plus a couple of other scenes. It was really fucking weird. But anyway, to move on to season 4, like they started closing up all the storylines, and it was just really cool how they closed all this stuff up. And Carmilla's death was fucking awesome.
Oh shit!
I don't know if you think the same way, Brian, but
it was amazing. Great. The whole fight and everything was just incredible.
Yeah, they did really good job writing that scene, and she killed like so many so many other vampires and other people and night creatures before she decided to do her own thing. And
they definitely bumped up the whole fight scenes and things. Like it wasn't like, you know, oh, they're just slashing bitches left and right. There were definitely a lot of scenes where you actually get to see them take on a whole bunch of people, and even though that they were like slashing those individual people, it's not like, oh, they just threw the sword and then, you know, 95 people died and then they got the sword and then started slashing other people.
Yep. And then I loved what they did with Sypha,
I think it is, yeah.
Sypha and Belmont. I loved their story because it was cool because he was like super flawed and he started rubbing off on her, and it was really funny to watch these scenes where she's just swearing off her ass, and she's like, you're rubbing off on me. That's why I'm fucking saying all this bullshit. Fuck you.
I showed that scene to Shannon because she was out there. I was like, is this what happened to you? She's like, I used to be a nice girl, and then I met you, and then everything started going to shit, and now I say fuck and shit.
Bullshit. That was always there.
We just showed it off. Nice.
And I really loved what they did with Belmont. Like at the end, in the last scenes, he killed Death, and it was a really cool sequence, really cool fighting sequence, and how that happened. It was very anime-ish. He then disappeared, and they showed a gravestone with the Belmont crest on it.
Yeah.
And it was like a fast forward of 2 weeks, and they were deciding what to do with the castle and whatnot. And Sypha came out, and she's obviously super upset because he had disappeared, and they think he's dead. Which obviously, he just killed Death, and a fucking huge explosion happened. And he ended up coming back. He got pushed into this weird like infinity mirror thing.
It's called the Hall of. Was it Hall of Infinity or Infinity Tunnel?
Yeah, so basically Saint Germain was opening this portal into many different universes, and you could pretty much go wherever you want in the universe if you had control of this thing.
Okay.
And that's what he was there for, was to pull back Vlad Tepesh and what's the wife's name? Lisa.
Okay.
So he went in there to pull them back, and he did, and there's some other stuff with the storyline, but ultimately, when he killed Death, he flew into that hall of 1,000 whatever.
The Infinity Corridor.
The Infinity Corridor. So he flew into the Infinity Corridor and wound up on some beach somewhere, and hopped on a horse and worked his way back to the castle. And they brought him back. So you were super sad, and the story was making you feel sad. Like, they did a very good job of writing that and made you pretty emotional. And then he showed up, and you're like, oh, yes, he's here!
The Belmonts.
The Belmont's here! And then the really big spoiler, which is he pulled Dracula and Lisa out of Death's domain, or out of hell.
Okay.
And they threw them into a corpse, and the corpse got destroyed, and their characters didn't get destroyed, so they wound up at an inn. Like, the last scene of the series was them talking at an inn, saying they're going to completely restart their lives and do whatever they're going to do. So it was a really cool way to wrap up the story. Like, all the loose ends were basically tied up except for Isaac.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that. 'Cause I think they said this was going to be the final one, so I'm glad it didn't leave
and
a lot.
I'm okay with that. Like, they did not leave a lot to the imagination. They pretty much solved everything that I wanted them to solve. And
You got the closure you were looking for.
I got the closure. Yep.
Nice. Good. All right.
And there's still a lot to deal with Alucard, and there's a whole bunch of story it's still worth watching. Even if I spoil a bunch of shit for you, it's still worth watching because they did a lot of other stuff that I'm not talking about. Like, there's just so much happened.
Good. And how many episodes is this? Is it back to 10 or
10 episodes?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So recommendation from both of you. We're 2-2 here.
Oh yeah.
2 for 2.
Like,
okay.
I mean, I've loved the Castlevania series. I've always loved the Castlevania series. Like, I played the original Castlevania for the NES, and a whole bunch of them up through the years. And then when they finally made TV shows or animes about it, I was like, yes, definitely need to go watch this. They did a great job with this series.
Yeah, they did.
Nice.
They did.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Me? Okay. As Bryant was saying with the other series, there were some really weird. So when they were in the Infinity Corridor, they did these really weird, three-dimensional flying through space and shit that didn't really make much sense for the art direction they were doing.
Gotcha.
So when the first time this happened, I was like, "What is happening here? This makes no sense." So I did not enjoy that part, but as far as the story, it did make sense, but you could have drawn that with the same art style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever he was past, it was strong.
Yes.
Okay.
They kind of go into the Infinite Corridor in season 3, right at the very end, but then they really go into it in season 4. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Kelsey, do you have anything that they didn't close up for you? Like, you were wanting to see what happened, or do you wanted more of?
No, I was talking about some of the stuff that was going on with Nick before I got to the next episodes, and everything kind of cinched up. They did a really good job of a lot of things, of closing all the loops. They had some back and forth because it's some of the episodes feel like they're kind of out of order, because there's so much to cover. It's hard to have kind of a continuous sequence.
Gotcha.
But they did a great job of actually bringing it to a close.
Cool.
Well, not entirely. Oh. There is one thing that I really want to know what happened, and that's with the that they I don't think they like fixed or finished. They sort of teased it, but didn't really go into it, and it's the person that he's looking that Saint Germain's looking for in the Infinite Corridor.
Yeah, that they did not close that one at all, but that was such a minor detail. It's whatever. That story gave motivation for him to open up the Infinite Corridor, and that's pretty much what I assumed they were going to stick with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't going to go into detail there.
Nice. Cool. All right, that sounds fantastic. I had it in my backlog. We were gonna watch it this weekend, but it fell through, so we're gonna watch this as soon as we can. Polar Knights in the chat says, "Please tell me it is a movie from YouPorn." No. We're talking about Castlevania, the animated show.
Castlevania
on Netflix. And so I guess we've recommended it. We gotta get Brian back in here. Hey, there he goes. He's playing Returnal or some shit. Watch. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Watching battle rap clips.
Oh,
all right, so
God.
in Castlevania Season 4, let's review them. I'm just kidding.
He'd throw his headphones out. Yeah. Shoot. Okay, cool. That sounds like a recommendation. I'm hyped. I'm all for it. Now, Randall, you went ahead and saw Series 4 us ahead of time. Love, Death, Robots Season 2. For the uninitiated, Love, Death, and Robots is like a anthology of a bunch of CG shorts that released, like 2 years ago? A year ago? When was the first season out?
A
I think it was
while.
2 years ago.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
More than that, to be honest with you, I don't know.
2019. March 15, 2019. So yeah.
So 2 years ago.
Yes, sir. 2 years ago. Season 2 dropped I think it was this weekend or last weekend. And they had another collection of short CGs, ranging from like 7 minutes to like 20 minutes. It's all individual stories. You don't have to watch them in any order. It's fantastic.
Like Pixar films?
And quality,
Like
absolutely.
Pixar
Yeah, like little shorts.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Go, Randall. Take it. You saw it first. I'm going to give you the honors here.
So it's created by Tim Miller. If anybody doesn't know who Tim Miller is, he did Deadpool, Terminator Dark
So these
Fate.
are probably completely fucked up.
There's some that are... some of these are really like, whoa.
Yeah. He really pushes the boundaries as far as like content is concerned. And like he's also the owner of Blur Studios. I don't know if anybody else knows about that. I think you know about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Blur Studios is a very prolific 3D like I guess they only do mostly film, right?
Well, they started out doing like cut scenes for games, and then they eventually venture off into doing like small parts for films, and now they like
doing big parts for films. So it's a bunch of very well done renders for cinematic purposes, and I guess used to be for game trailers and cutscenes.
So pretty much like Anthony said, there's a bunch of shorts this year, or not this year, but this volume 2 only has like 8 episodes. I think the previous volume 1 had like 16.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, based on what I read, was that they said that a lot of it had to do with COVID, but they also wanted to shorten the time in between releases. So like the time between volume 1 and volume 2 was like, I think they said 27 months. But this year they want to release it in less than a year, like maybe like 6 months or something like that.
So there's no continuity in story. It's just
Every
short
episode's its own thing. Like you can just walk in, watch one episode, and you're good. And
Have you ever?
Okay, so that makes sense as to why they changed the release cycle.
Have you ever watched Black Mirror?
No,
Okay.
but I get what you're
Brian's
saying.
face. He just shocked at his core.
Well, it's kind of like Black Mirror. It's like there's like hidden messages. Well, I wouldn't really call them hidden messages, but there are messages.
It's a lot of what if like stories with like an underlying tone. Like, you know,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Have
Brian.
you seen Twilight Zone before?
Yeah,
It's that.
So think of So
No,
Blackberries.
I knew what you guys are talking about with no
Okay.
continuity and stuff. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a bunch of the episodes.
Shorts.
They all range from different topics.
Yep.
Again, the topics have like underlining messages. A lot of the messages are related to real life and like things that we do, things that we're exposed to as a society.
Our
stuff like
dependence
that.
on technology. And
Yeah. It's really good. I mean, I'm biased because I'm an artist, so a lot of the eye candy, I'm gonna vouch and say you should watch it just for that.
Yeah, there's some really good renders on there.
Some of the story. So, for me, the dislike for this volume was the fact that it was so short. But again, I understand why it was so short. Like they planning on releasing some new ones pretty soon. But that's probably like my only dislike. The episodes were good.
Except the last one.
Huh?
Except the last one. I didn't like the last one at all.
Well, yeah, I said it wasn't gonna be good. Like, I mean, I understood the message behind it, but it's I don't know. Besides the message, it's just whatever. I just not a fan of the content. I put it like that.
Gotcha.
I don't know what else to say, man.
What were your favorite episodes?
So my favorite episode is Pop Squad,
Okay.
and that has to do with this. It's set in the future, and basically, without spoiling too much, society has gotten to a point where they are able to live forever by taking this substance, and because of that, they enforced a law that breeding is no longer legal, so they can't have kids anymore. But of course, there are some people. There's always going to be some people who don't agree with that or agree with a law, and they breed anyway. So they have like this Pop Squad, which basically goes around and they execute children.
oh shit.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's real dark.
So I'm gonna just leave it
At
right
that.
there.
Yeah, that's a good primer for that episode. And that one's one of those that's one of the episodes that the rendering is like impeccable. With the lighting, shadows, the models, everything looks fantastic.
The best one that I've seen is like probably the best CGI that I've ever seen in my life is probably, what is it called?
The snow one, I think it is.
Yeah, Snow in the Forest or
Something like that.
Snow in the Desert. Desert Snow, something like there's like a play on words because it takes place in the desert, but the main character name is Snow, so it's one of those. It's like desert in the snow or whatever. But like when you see the first character, like when he finally like reveals his face, it's like it's real. Like the texturing, the lighting, all that stuff is really good.
I thought there were times that I thought they had like real people
Yep.
in the show. Like I was like, because like in the other season they actually had an episode where they had real people, and I thought there were like times that they had a real person standing in for the scene for a good majority of it. I was like, that is that real? No. Yeah, no, is that real? Like just staring at it going, I can't tell.
Yeah, that's Tim Miller is a beast, and I'm granted he's not the one who's solely doing everything, but he's spearheading everything. And
He's the Kevin Feige of these anthologies.
And the thing on top of it is like he's not just the guy who's like pulling the strings and like saying do this or create this or whatever. Like he actually has talent. Like he can do all of that stuff. So he's an artist himself. But ever since I got into the whole CG game, like there's two companies that there's three companies I've always wanted to work for. There's Pixar, Blur Studios, and ILM. And
Pornhub.
Oh, yep. They have a 3D division, all right.
why would they have a 3D division for that?
I don't know. I mean, some people watch like pre-rendered. We gotta move on.
So yeah,
Can't advertise pornography here.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's really, really, really good. As far, again, if you're into that sort of thing, like some of the stuff is kind of well, I don't think this volume is anything too sensitive.
Besides Pop Squad, that'll definitely like That's one that's like, oh, that's what we're doing here.
And all of this stuff isn't like serious. There are some funny stuff. Like there's one that's called All Around the House that has to do with Christmas.
Oh my gosh, Brian, if you want to talk about that, that's probably your favorite.
Which one?
The
Claus
Santa Claus one.
Yeah.
That is, like, I think it's the shortest episode of the season.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, by far the best episode.
It's 7 minutes long. It's basically kids waking up to Santa Claus being in their house, and then they go and meet Santa Claus, and that's all I'm going to tell you because there's not much after that. And it's a great way to flip that scenario on its head.
It's such a simple. What if this was this?
Yeah,
And then let's show this for 2 minutes.
it's great. I'm kind of ditto what these guys said. It's a great collection of small shorts. We finished it in less than like an hour, maybe an hour and something, and we saw the whole season, the whole part 2. You can do the same thing with the first season if you're behind. I highly recommend it. They have really cool, some of them really cool stories. Some of them are a little slower paced and not, as engaging as some others. But all in all, it's definitely worth a watch for both seasons.
I will say I feel like season 1 had more that were like they grabbed me than this one did. Not because of the episode count, but I feel like quality count.
Okay.
I think one stacked up a little better. Because with this one, I found most of them enjoyable except for the last one. I was literally falling asleep while watching the last one.
Because it feels like a documentary for like a weird National Geographic thing. Like it's so weird.
Yeah. But like I think the only ones I was like, oh shit, was the one that Randall liked. The best episode is the one that I liked. And I think maybe there was one other one. I'm not sure. But with the first season, there's like a myriad of them. Especially the Fox one was my favorite. I think that was my favorite one from the first season.
The anime-ish one where they turn like into robots or she turns into a robot or whatever.
Yeah, she gets the robot body.
Yeah.
From the first season.
I was gonna ask what's your favorite episode so far out of the series, but it sounds like that's yours.
It's the Santa one.
Oh, is the Santa one even more than the Fox one?
Even it's Santa one, just to show the scale. Santa one, the Fox one, and then everything else is around this or lower.
Oh, okay. Kelsey, I got a favorite, but what's your favorite?
So mine probably it's kind of a toss up between the Fox one and the very first episode with the monster fighters.
Oh.
I really like. I mean, like Ryan said, it just grabs you. You're just like, oh shit! Like I really want to know what's going on. Like I would love to see an entire series just out of that episode because like it was so cool to see what they did and then how they played it and everything. I love the animation. I love the energy. Everything about it was just incredible.
To bounce off of what you just said there, like there's a bunch of episodes on here that they don't do a lot of filler. Since they're so short, they get to the meat, do it, and leave. To the point where you're like, I would want a series of just this episode. There's multiple scenarios where like these feel like pilots that didn't get like an order, and I'm like, why didn't you order a season of this?
Yeah. I kind of hope that they use this show as like that, as like a Kickstarter window as to what you'd be like getting if they prolonged it and then just give them support and they get a whole show or something. It's I want this to be like a test group. Oh, which one did you like? Why do you like it? And then the ones that everyone's like, do this or fuck you. They get the whole season or something.
Yeah, that's. Definitely. For me, I guess I continue on track here. My favorite episode is the one where there's 3 robots just walking around town, making fun of everything that humans used to depend on. It's in the first season.
The one with all the cats?
I think that's the one, right? Yeah.
Where the cats developed thumbs and then they didn't need people anymore?
Yeah. Like, it was a very good, like, I don't know. It was them, like, just criticizing humanity in a way where I'm like, I'm about this. I'm really about this.
Like, the first season, I think there was, like, maybe one episode that I'm just like, okay, whatever. All of them were just fire.
Even the yogurt one. Was it yogurt?
Yes, the yogurt one was. I just looked at the thumbnail for that. I was like, oh, that one.
Some of them are just funny nonsense. It's just great.
I think the only one I really didn't care for was the Ice Age one, where it's the 2 real actors and they open the fridge or freezer or whatever. and it's got like a civilization that's going at
Oh, okay.
1,000 miles an hour.
I remember that. That one's not that bad, and I think I'm telling you, the last one on this season, it hit me like it was so jarring how different it was from the rest of the season that I'm like, I didn't like that last episode for this season, so that might be my least favorite, but that's that. I don't know, but it sounds like it's a 4 for 4 recommendation for this season too. Am I jumping ahead too early here?
I would definitely recommend it. I mean, forgot to ask Randall. Randall, what's your favorite episode out of both seasons?
Oh, both of them. Yeah,
still
true.
Snow?
No, he liked Pop Squad from the second season.
I don't know. That's tough, man.
Because there's so many good ones.
Yeah. The one about I forget the name of it, but the one about the artist I thought was really cool.
The blue one. I like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Team of Blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blue.
That's up there too.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could pick one.
Well, you're gonna have to, or you're going to jail.
Oh, I have to go to jail then.
What?
I can't decide, bro. It's
I can't really
too
blame
many.
him.
It's
Pick
too
two
many,
then.
bro.
Okay, there you go.
You'll understand, man. Like when you guys watch this, but I've kept watching this.
Oh, like rewatching.
Like I rewatch this all the time.
Okay, I mean you can. They're short, so
Randall, here's your alternative then. Give me your Marvel team of episodes.
there we go. He gave you 3. Nick tried to give you 2. Ryan said, "Give me your 3."
So it's Blue. It's the one about the alien crops.
Oh, that was a fun one
The zombie look like thing.
Yeah.
with the mechs and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool. The
Yeah,
farmers.
the suits.
Yes, that was a fun one.
Obviously Pop Squad, Ice.
You said 4 already.
Literally 3.
That's all right. That's all right.
No, you played Marvel. You don't get that.
Yeah, you pick 3. When you take someone for a ride, it's 3
I don't
characters.
know why when he said Marvel, I thought he meant Avengers. So I was like going through, like I was
No.
making an Avengers team.
Give me your Avengers.
When he said Marvel, my brain immediately said he means Avengers. He wants an Avengers team. So,
Yeah, so you're like, let me give him 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I could stick with that.
Jeez, Brian's disgusted that you just did that to him, bro. Like you guys ran sets together, you know? Like, you don't remember how many characters to pick?
I think you know someone.
Yeah. You think you know someone? Cool. All right. Any other words? Oh, Nick, you gotta watch it. That's how we're gonna end this.
I'm going to. I had no idea it even existed until like an hour before the podcast when Brian's like, "You should watch this."
I saw that you guys had watched it at like 4:30, and I'm like, "Fuck, it's out!" Like I don't want to be the only one that hasn't watched it. Then I saw that Nick had, and I was like, "Yo, have you seen this?" And I was like, "You need to watch this."
Because I think it dropped this last Friday, or if not the Friday before.
That was
So
last week, yeah. So watch this, Nick, and watch Black Mirror.
yeah, I think you'll enjoy Black Mirror
I
a
hear
lot.
Black Mirror is heavy. I haven't been in a mood for a heavy show lately.
Okay, then don't, because there is some episodes where it's super heavy.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
heavy,
well
too.
aware of what Black Mirror is, but this is like 5 minutes. Black Mirror is long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some episodes where you're just descending into depression.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to take a break and recollect your thoughts. And
Yeah.
I have not been in the mood for that lately.
That's fair. Then yeah, maybe wait on Black Mirror, but
Yep.
If Kelsey ever calls you and asks you if you want to play Fighting Vipers, tell him no.
when you watch Black Mirror, Fighting Vipers.
Fighting Vipers.
It's an episode in Black Mirror.
I thought
I
that's
thought it
what
was
it's
Striking Vipers.
called. I just know it has the word Vipers in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've crossed swords before. I don't know that there's anything that.
Striking Vipers.
Striking Vipers, baby.
Yeah. Remember that.
It sounds like he's game. He said baby afterward. I think he's good when he's about it. So
I'm all in.
Should be careful what you.
wish for.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right.
There are no secrets between me and
No
Nick.
secrets.
I mean, he's the one that.
Maybe you should play
originally
Maybe you should play Striking Vipers with somebody, dude.
We did. I mean,
Who?
that's what?
I've never played. I would never. Never.
I would never.
Yeah. Oh snap.
I have
Okay.
footage of it.
I don't
You
even
gotta
know what this is, but
When you get to it,
Nick's-
it'll.
Nick's the one that originally took the picture of me in the orange thing. Okay.
Yep.
He was a cameraman.
Sure.
There you go. So he's about it. Like he's making
about
making a sequel to Striking Vipers at this point.
Jeez.
We're making a sequel to Orange Thing.
Oh, thinner.
I don't think it can get any thinner. Did you see that picture?
No, I can get one of the Borat things. You know. That's,
Oh, there you go. But the orange thing was see-through, though. Well, that's what
It was
You were
see-through,
effectively wearing nothing. It was like a pouch, a see-through pouch for your ding dong.
It was just holding it together.
It was just holding it
Yeah.
in place, and you could see it there. In
God, that
orange
was so fucking funny. Because I like the package was a fucking lie. Like,
Yo, can we please change the subject? We have plenty of things on this doc to talk about.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
I
we
want to
don't.
talk about his throbbing, Randall.
Yeah.
He wasn't
God.
throbbing, but it was there.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oof.
The box was a lie, dude. Because like we're
Yeah,
in the
the box
store,
was
we're looking
completely
at
a
it,
lie.
and we're like, okay,
Yeah, sure.
you know. And then I get home and I'm like, let's see how this looks. And I look down and I was like, oh, so there's that.
Oh, must be nice. We're gonna move on here. Nick said what?
Oh man.
Let's move. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it. I'm gonna review here. Prey. This review is gonna be weird because I spent 11 hours playing this game, then stopped playing for I think a year, maybe,
About that.
and then I streamed it until I finished the game.
This the Mimic game?
Yeah. So Prey.
There's a game about mimics. That's what this is.
That's a very common enemy.
I might have to check this out.
Kelsey,
I might have
no.
to. Where's Bosmer? I gotta message Bosmer.
Let him review it first.
Yeah.
No, gameplay, fantastic. If you hate jump scares, do not play this game. Period. Period.
Love jump scares.
Because you will have a heart attack. I am not kidding. So,
It's funny. It was funny. All right, so he's gonna say the review of this game. I already knew what this game consisted of, but I didn't say anything. I was
Yeah,
gonna
this
play
is-
that.
On Steam.
no, this is gameplay-wise, the mechanics are really fun. But, and again, Brian was saying the introduction. Brian's like, oh, you should play this. It's going to be great. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So it was me, Brian, and Randall like a year ago, sitting on my couch playing it. And the opening sequence is you waking up in a bed. It's like way to the future. I think you're on a moon base, if I'm not mistaken. And you're part of a scientific division, like a group experimenting on, obviously, alien stuff. Like we always do, and we get fucked up, you know? Anywho, you're walking to one of the test chambers as someone is... I vaguely remember this scene, but you walk into one of the chambers, and they're testing out one of the things. And I think it was one of the you're watching this from like protective glass, and one of the people making the experiment is holding a cup, like a mug. Like he was drinking coffee, he set it down. You look somewhere else, you look back, I think it was the thing, and he just picks up his glass again to take a sip, but he goes, oh, this is empty. And the fucking mimic comes from he was the cup and starts attacking them. And then I flipped out. I'm like, what? I didn't even see it turn into that. And then it cuts. And then you go like, what the fuck was that? That is a common enemy. It can be anything any object that's in the game, it could be a mimic.
Just turn into a mimic and try and beat your ass.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll get too antsy, and you'll see like a cup or like a bush or something just move, like flicker a little bit, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? And as you approach it, it'll just a loud fucking sound comes out, and they start attacking you. And if they don't like hit you in one shot, they'll try to run away, like out of your sight, and then bam, there's something else. They're there to fuck with you, and that's not the only enemy. That's like the common ones. It's not even that strong. Anywho, you have objects, like you have like a scanner that you can use after you find it in the open world. It's a sort of open world kind of like, I wouldn't say like Metroidvania, because you kind of come back and forth to different locations, but it's because of different quests. So, needless to say, the whole base gets overrun by these alien creatures, and it's you, your brother, and some people who are still alive who are part of the crew, like who are living on this moon base. And your objective is to make decisions throughout the story. You can fail missions, and you have to and you move on. There's no like retry. Like there's a mission where like, I killed so many people in accident, and I'm like, well, we're gonna keep it moving. There's one where you're out in like floating in space because you're in the suit. outside of Talos, I think is the station's name, Talos 1. And you're flying by with your fucking suit, and you hear like a recording, not recording, like audio. Someone's like, "Hey, someone out there? Come help me," or whatever. And I saw, and it's like a container. And he's like, "Oh, can you help me, like, dock or whatever?" I haven't gotten to the point where I can bring, like, to the location on the ship where I can, like, pull in containers and, like, save him. So I'm like, oh, let me just open this container. The guy didn't have a suit on. So I opened the container, and he just dead. And then it said failed. And I'm like, what? Oh, well, there's that mission, and I just had to keep it moving. And then the game does not care. It literally lets you make decisions where you just straight up fail, and you're like, oh, well, you can either load a save or keep it moving. And some of those side missions tie into main stuff. Like if you need, like if other survivors are together, they can help. The game ends with like a bunch of your decisions culminating to what your final decision is going to be. I'm going to keep it vague because it was actually the way they did it was pretty entertaining. Because you have like a huge decision to make with you and your brother, and what's happening with the alien and on the base. Because of course there is. That's plot stuff. Mechanically, gameplay, the loop is you're exploring while not trying to get heart attacks with the mimics. You don't really level up in this. You get rewarded for exploring. So you find neuro mods, I think they're pronounced, which is like enhancements to the human body. You can like let's say you're putting a skill point in. You can lift heavier things. It's like modding your body so you can like lift things that are way bigger than you are. You can upgrade your guns to a further level. Eating gives you more health. You have more max health. You know, those normal ones. But then there's another tree that's called psychic stuff, like telekinesis and like all this other stuff. But using those, you lose humanity. Like it's another like decision-based thing. Like you start to turn into those things.
Oh, into a mimic.
Not a mimic, and to that type of creature. They say the name, but I forgot the name of it. Like the mimic is from a race, and that you start slowly becoming them if you keep investing neuromods into those trees.
Gotcha.
That's a skill too. You can turn to objects.
Yeah, you can become a mimic and just fuck around with things. So you can get around enemies if you need to. But on my run, I decided to like maybe I'll not put a single point in being a mimic like into the alien stuff and see what happens to me at the end. And they bring that up at the end of near the end of the story. It's like, oh, you didn't put any neuromods into the alien stuff, so you just stayed straight human. Which will be things like Brian said, you can turn into a mimic, you can like shoot rays, you do like crazy abilities. I didn't get to try any of that because like I stayed with the human stuff.
Like a bitch?
Yeah, pretty much. Inventory system's pretty cool. It's very the Resident Evil 4 with like the briefcase, and you're playing like Tetris with whatever you can fit in your inventory. Which you can get upgraded later by putting more neuromods, like, oh, I can carry more things, etc. You can break down anything in your inventory, so you can break it down. I see you, Brian. I got you. You can break down into raw materials that you can use to fabricate stuff later, because there's like a fabricator machine you'll find in multiple areas in the world. Everything kind of like feeds into each other. So if you're like, oh, I found another pistol, I already have one maxed out, or I have one leveled up at a certain point, I can just disassemble this and then reuse that to make ammo later on for your pistol or for a shotgun shell. Or there's like grenades that you can use to like distract the aliens, to like move them away from an area you want them to move away, so you can sneak past them, or you can attract, or you can have them like I think it's like a null, like literally null, like if you're coding NULL, like a null grenade, and it just like stuns them and they fall over for a bit. Like there's different ways to like skin a cat, and when it comes to like a new area or new enemies, the enemies are pretty creative. There's some that just are elemental stuff. There's some that teleport around the area, so you gotta have like either crazy shots on them or predict where they're gonna go. There's some that take over like drones that are circulating the base, and the drones there's a drone that heals your body. There's a drone that heals your suit, like the armor that you have. There's another one that's I think just used for combat, that you can set it down and it's like a sentry gun, and there's one of those alien things that can take control over that, so they can betray you and start shooting at you and stuff like that. What else am I missing here? And then the dialogue between the characters you find, you can make choices to help them, hinder them. you can help them, then shoot them, and then take their loot. Like it's very dynamic, like open world where they don't really care what you do. Like the game will still continue. Like the main quest will still continue. Like they kind of made it so you can't cheese the main quest, but anything on the side that's happening that you can just fuck around and have fun with. Sound design's great. Has a very like scary atmosphere, especially when you know there's mimics, and then there's greater mimics that are like worse off, that are stronger versions of mimics that can like mimic into bigger things and things like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm missing anything else. I highly recommend it. I had a fantastic time, even after I took the break and I came back. Once I remembered how to play the game, I'm like, okay, I'm back in it. Scanning rooms, making sure that things aren't mimics. But then again, I didn't upgrade my shit enough so I can detect the greater mimics. So my scan can only detect the lesser ones. So there's sometimes I scan a room and I'm like, oh, I'm good. And the greater mimic's like, no, you're not. And then scares the shit out of me. So that's that.
This game sounds awesome.
It's very immersive. Like you're exploring this Talos one, which is the ship. You get to see and there's a lot of like audio recordings and stuff that you can play while you're exploring, and you can see what life was before this alien outbreak happened, and it was really cool.
Is this on PC or is it only on consoles?
No, it's on PC as well. So, and I think if you have Game Pass, you have it because I think it's on Game Pass.
It sounds like The Expanse video game. If any of you have watched The Expanse.
No, E-Man, my girlfriend's brother told me to watch The Expanse because he saw it and it was really. So it is good too.
Oh yeah,
that's 2 for 2 then. Yeah, because I've already had 2 recommend. That with you being the second person recommending this show to me. I don't know how close it is to that. If you play it, you let me know if it is The Expanse.
I won't. I only play multiplayer games, so I can play with my buddies.
Gotcha.
I spectate people when they play single player games, though.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, Kelsey, I think if you might enjoy, if you love jump scares, bro, this is it.
There you go, Brian. Go play it. I'll watch you.
Well, the funny thing is that Bosmer and I were talking about Dark Souls and some of our favorite creatures. Like I fucking hate them, but mimics are a great thing to add into a game where you're like, you just get so used to like looting stuff, and then you go loot something and it literally fucking eats you, and you're going, "This son of a bitch," you know. And mimics, so we were talking. Go ahead.
Mimics are the direct weakness to me as a person because I want all the loot.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, really, I'm a dragon. I don't like that.
Yeah, you know. And so we were talking about you having a game that's literally nothing like mimics, where you're like stranded in a house or something, and you have to like escape, but the door may not actually be the door. It may be something that eats you, or the window, or curtains or something. But it sounds like this is kind of pretty close and a lot of fun.
This is so it's kudos to the environmental artists because they after the alien took over, the Talos one is a mess. So there's shit everywhere. There's objects that they just lay around. So they show a lot of the mimics early on in the game to condition you to be aware of, like, as soon as you step to a room, be cautious, because there could be one in that room. And sometimes they don't attack right away. Like you can walk past one and they'll be waiting for you to leave the room, and that's when they attack you.
Hey, well, that's what makes a good game, a good immersive game, is a great environment and great sound. And like it's not what you're directly looking at; it's everything around you that makes it immersive. Yeah, and they nail it with the atmosphere in this. It's right on the dot. Like when I was playing it and streaming it, you have this constant tension of what's gonna fucking jump out at me, because sometimes it's not a mimic, sometimes it's just an enemy that you didn't hear because I'm like in my head going, oh, please not a mimic, please not a mimic, please not a mimic, please not a mimic. And another thing that you can do, the mimics can be an item on a person looting. So wow! So you could be picking shit up, and then I picked up a mimic.
Yeah, you'll find like dead scientists, like dead people who were on there, and you can go up to any person and loot it, like like a cabinet, open up, and like a menu comes up, and you can see what's in it and take it. And there's corpses that you see on the ground. Sometimes you'll approach it, pick 1 or 2 things out of it, and then they'll just jump out of like the belt and then just start attacking you. And I'm like, nah, I can't play this anymore. It does a good job of keeping you on edge. Like, it's like, hey, remember, you're not just safe anywhere. I don't know.
Now, is this on edge the same on edge that Janyana had when playing what was it, Raccoon City?
Yeah.
While I was down there.
Because it was I mean, I wasn't watching what she was doing, but she was like, you said that she was just staring at a door because she was like tense, thinking something was gonna come out.
Yeah.
That's that. For me, that's how I was playing this entire thing. Like anytime the loading screen said press A to load the next area, and I see the room I'm in, I'm like, here we go. Here we go. So you can go ahead. Sorry, Brian. Let me just finish this real quick.
Oh, okay.
So you would leave. You can leave an area, come back, and they could have spawned new enemies. So
Nice.
you might come back and there's new mimics there, and you had no idea what the fuck it turned into. Go ahead, Brian.
I've only, as a spectator, I don't remember who I was watching before I told you to play it, but I guess this Randall will understand. So Returnal, almost similar atmosphere and is very stressful, and I think from watching alone this, so even as someone else playing it, this is more stressful because the game itself is pretty like slower paced in terms of, you can't be like, oh, this room, and then you sprint, you're in Oakland now. Like this is just confined space. Anything can attack you.
Looting bathrooms was probably like the highest tension for me. Because going through like the sinks and like the cabinets in there and then opening stalls, I'm like, it's gonna hit me
Were
here.
you just swinging at everything?
Me, yeah, I did a wrench build because those fuckers jump at you. So I want, like, if you see them jumping, I just want to reflex and hit it, because you can stop it if you hit, like, if they're about to hit you, and there's a chance you can make them like stagger and fall over, depending on how you build your wrench or whatever. Like crit hits or something, they'll fall over limp for a bit and then they come back up and try to hit you.
That's awesome.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
Would you rather?
Oh no, I hate what are you rathers.
Would you rather deal with a mimic
I'm already not gonna like this.
or a face hugger?
Oh dang!
Mimic a what? I didn't
Face
hear.
hugger?
A face hugger from Aliens.
Face hugger.
Okay, well I got follow-up questions. Can I see both of them or is it I step into a room and you just
Well,
said?
obviously you don't know what a mimic is because
That's what I'm asking. Like, is it like, hey, you're gonna face a mimic, enter this room, I don't know what the fuck it is, and hey, you're gonna face a face hugger, and I don't know where it is.
So the scenario is
Do I know if I know where the face hugger is? I'm fighting the face hugger because I can fight it.
what?
Cause I know where it's at, so I can dodge it.
You can fight a face hugger.
Yeah, these hands. Come on.
Are you serious? You're joking.
gotta remember,
right?
Hands and that
He
tight
is-
shirt. You can't see those muscles, dude.
Look at
Come
this,
on.
my guy. Okay.
Oh.
Have
He's
you
in
ever
control, okay?
seen anyone get attacked by a face hugger and get off of it?
No.
Exactly.
Well, Randall,
Them
a
things
mimic
is
like
made of nothing but muscle.
I get that, but a mimic like
You can't cut it because its blood is acid.
You gave me two impossible options, Randall. What do you want from me?
I'm just saying you can't sit here and say like a face hugger is nothing because
I'm not saying it's nothing. I can see it, so I can. I'm just
it's in there fast.
I get it, Randall, but like you can think that I set this up for you, and the second you're gonna say something, mimic. That mic could be a mimic. I don't like that. A hugger, I can see it. It's fast, but I know where it's at. I can hear it moving around.
If you give me this scenario and I, for whatever reason, said mimic, and someone told me that, and I walk in the room, I'm thinking what I have on me is a mimic already. Like
Yeah.
they set me up to die.
Yeah, I can't. Like I've been scarred by this game. I don't want to deal with mimics at all. Like I
would rather deal
like
with the mimic than the face hugger.
I like the old mimics. Like what Kelsey was talking about was like a chest. I'm like, oh, I know to look for chests. Like this chest has a chance to be a mimic. In this game, a cup rolling on the ground could be a mimic. It just looks like regular environmental design, but that could be a mimic.
It's funny because after release, the devs made a free multiplayer mode. They made Prop Hunt, where one player is the actual person, everyone else is a mimic.
I can't. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that. That's insane to me. I think I'd go with the facehugger because this game it scarred me. I don't want any. I don't want anything to do with mimics. Willingly, you know. I'm just gonna die regardless, Randall. So I mean, I just want to die quickly, and then maybe I can turn into an alien afterwards. You know.
That junk isn't cool, bro. If you lose to the face hugger, that means that you have to wake up. And when you wake up, do you get the pleasure of feeling an alien burst through your rib cage?
So then follow-up question again. Do I have any weapon that I can just end my life with afterwards?
I mean, I don't know. Sure, why not?
Then yeah, then facehugger. Because as soon as it's on me, I'm like, I'm done. I'm just shooting it.
No, I would let it happen because then I can say as a man I gave birth.
Okay, that's fair. You'll have that, I guess.
And then he'll be walking around. That's my kid.
You're not gonna say that to anyone. You're dead.
I'm gonna watch over it like Yoda did as a Force ghost. I'm like, that's my boy.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So Prey, I recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Game of the year?
Nah, I mean this came out years and years ago. Actually, doesn't qualify.
Not what I asked.
Nah, it's not game of the year. Sorry. Came out 4 years ago, my guy.
Game of that year?
2017? I don't think so. Let me see. Game of the year 2017. What came out in 2017? Breath of the Wild came out 2017. Super Mario Odyssey came out. Yeah. I think there was too much fire that year. That's game announcements. Cuphead came out that year. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Cuphead was
Horizon
good.
Zero Dawn was a good game.
Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus? No. Come on, guys. You don't have a soft spot for Wolfenstein, so no. What else here? Let's see.
Kids? No.
Okay. What Remains of Edith Finch, Brian? And you played that.
That is the most depressing game I ever played in my life.
Yeah, Cuphead got a bunch of awards that year.
If
That was
La La
good.
Land made you like sad and upset, Randall, Edith Finch would make you watch La La Land again and clap at the end with a smile.
Is it more depressing than
The most depressing I've ever played.
what is the name of that game?
Oh, Injustice 2 came out that year, Brian. Come on.
When the people are trying to eat the kids.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
The people try to eat the kids.
Yeah. They're on a boat and they literally go to the boat to eat kids. I mean, not only kids, but I think they're also part of the menu. You know what I'm talking Little Nightmares. Isn't that what it's called?
That is a game.
That is a
but
game.
what it's
I don't remember
about.
they go to the boat?
Aren't you on a boat?
In Little Nightmares? No.
Yes.
Maybe in a small sequence, but not
I'm pretty sure that whole thing you're on a boat.
in Little Nightmares, not the whole game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's a section where you fight a chef.
Yeah, it's like on a yacht. Like these people go there and you're on a yacht. And it's like
What people? You only play as the guy with the yellow hood.
no, I'm talking about the people that are trying to eat you, the adults.
I don't know if we're talking.
Little Nightmares is the one with the girl with the yellow raincoat, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Is that a DLC that I haven't played? Because I didn't play the DLC for the first game.
No, I thought the whole story was you're on a boat.
No. Again.
Okay, I'm almost sure you are, bro. It's like a yacht, like a what do you call it? Like a what do you call those things that people go on vacation?
A cruise?
Yeah, it's like a cruise.
I
Go on vacation.
Now, I don't think that's correct. It does not take place.
Read the story.
Little Nightmares takes place in a surrealistic ocean getaway known simply
See?
as the Mall.
Okay.
See?
I don't remember water in the first. Well, holy shit. Okay. Well, you can see how old I am.
But anyway, my whole point was: is it more depressing than
The most depressing game I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
Getting schooled by Randall.
It happens, man. I mean, I'm not as spry as I used to be, you know?
Go follow his YouTube channel, Randall
get-
Games.
I mean, you're like, what 30
Games?
this year?
Oh my god!
I know I'm turning 31 this year.
31? I mean, you're already over the hill. Like, it's all downhill from here.
I don't know about you. I'm going to keep climbing. I don't care if my fingers rip. I'm not going down. I'm going to keep climbing.
Not without a fight.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
He needs tighter shirts.
Oof,
Right?
imagine. I can just rip it on stream. I can just be like, oh, you mean these guns? And just the whole thing explodes? Yeah. Come on.
Every sub he just rips a new shirt.
Yeah. Anyway.
He doesn't actually buy shirts. He just buys like body paint that forms like a foamish layer that looks
And
like a
that's it.
shirt.
They're like, sir, are you wearing anything? I'm wearing these gains pretty well, right? And then they say, sir, I need you to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. And they
Don't
just
worry,
escort
ma'am.
me out.
Why don't you get a tighter shirt? Oh, there weren't any, bro. We looked.
Yeah.
You guys
man.
are pulling a Todd, just everything sleeveless.
You mean everything banana hammock?
That too.
Okay.
But like he wears his scrubs, without sleeves.
Oh, he does. You're right. He rolls
Yes,
it up.
he
I
does.
think.
Yes,
yeah.
he does.
Betrayal 5.
Betrayal 5.
I'm watching Scrubs again like at night when I don't have anything else to do.
Scrubs so good.
Shoot. All right, Brian. You got to listen to the new J.Cole album this week.
Yeah.
What happened?
He's still alive?
Who do you think J.Cole is?
I don't have a clue. who that is.
Okay. He's still alive? Yeah, he's still alive.
Like to think so. Last time I checked.
Which was Friday.
Alright, so boom, this guy decided, let me
All
drop
right.
an album on Friday. I didn't listen to it on Friday, but for context, I do enjoy J. Cole's music prior to this. Like, I was already invested. In terms of albums, I don't think he has, like, the best albums, but just in music as a whole as a rapper, I think it's pretty enjoyable, right?
Okay.
So then today, while working out, I put my headphones in and listen to this album. It's 12 songs. It's only 39 minutes, which already I'm like, has that many songs and it's 39 minutes.
That's a short album.
Yeah, I was like, I hope he's not following the trend. He's just gonna spew bullshit at me, right? So first off the bat, rocky start for an album. Let me see. First 2 songs I could do without. It sounds like him trying to be someone, like him trying to fit in.
Okay.
You know, like those dads who like reenact memes, but they're from like 2 years ago.
Me. I'm the living embodiment of that.
Yeah. That's what those first 2 songs felt like, right?
Got it.
Let me see. There's 12 songs. I ended up parting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was solid. Overall, it's solid.
Dang. Okay. Yeah.
They're short though. You
Yeah.
can have a good workout in 39 minutes.
Yeah.
The longest, I
get cardio
do,
done.
I just do time for it. I do time under tension. Since I do it on my lunch break, I only have so much I have to cram in there.
Got it.
Yeah.
High intensity.
First 2 songs, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then he hit like a pocket. So track 3 through 5, I'm like, oh, that's what I want to hear. Like the song "My Life" has 21 Savage on it, and it sounds like a sequel to A Lot. Like sounds like they just
Oh,
flipped
really?
the verse. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Maybe like right after they recorded that, he's like, "Oh, let's do something together."
Most likely. Song after that, "Applying Pressure," was good. It's more like, it sounds more like him, but then he adjusted a bit instead of him trying to sound like someone else. Then right after that, he did a song, I think easily the worst song on the album. It's called 100 Mil.
Uh-huh.
I usually don't skip songs, and I almost skipped this. Usually I'm like, let me just hear it. Maybe there's something at least entertaining to get out of this.
Uh-huh.
But have you listened to Up?
My God, dude. I
don't
can't
know
with
if I
that
have.
song.
I think I did, but
It's that chorus. I
can
just don't like the
usually-
chorus.
I can usually at least find some entertainment in things, minus Jungle Pussy's album, which, as the name says, you're not missing anything listening to that. Yeah, it's there's small pockets where it sounds like he realized what he was trying to go for and he nailed it, but then everything else is like, oh, it's alright, because it sounds like he's just mimicking what he's heard, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Audio quality wise or production wise, pretty standard. There's one song, I don't remember what it is. Whoever produced that, it gave me Pusha T vibes. So
Oh.
I think it was one of those 3 that I mentioned. My Life, Applying Pressure, Punching the Clock. One of those. I almost sold drugs for 3 minutes.
Oh, so it hits hard. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But besides that, the other things are like cookie cutter that you would hear someone else on. And audio quality wise, it's not like, yo, this is mix of the year. It's like you've heard this before. It's just rap and then over compressed and it sounds loud. The only like dynamic songs were like the last two, and he introduces like some kind of like chorus, kind of choral singing, which was cool, but it didn't save the songs.
Like a religious type of choral singing, or is it just like him hyping himself up?
It's like like a choir would sound, but it wasn't a religious song.
Got it. I guess that's what. Yeah, that was my question. Was it like tied to any sort of religious stuff?
The game of the year?
No. Definitely not game of the year as an album. It's solid. Like, it's all right. I don't hate this, but I've already heard better.
It sounds like you like it because you had like what's a good 80% of the.
Like, I like it. It's solid. But this isn't something like if someone said, "Yo, this sucks," I wouldn't contemplate murdering that person.
Got it. It doesn't hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's not subjectively, objectively good. You know.
Yeah, like it's. You can feel either way about it, and I probably won't even like. I don't care what your opinion is of this. That's how I don't care either way. If you said you liked it or disliked it.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm excited because it's been a while since we heard from him. I think the last one was the KOD. No.
I want to say it was KOD, but I feel
or
like
Dreamville, the collective one. Where it was him and his Dreamville one.
I actually didn't even hear that.
You might like some of those tracks on there.
I heard like the singles he was putting out, but
like Middle Child, I think was the single he put in, and that was I like that one.
Meet me at the London.
Oh yeah,
Young Thug.
Young Thug, but I think that was part of Young Thug's project. It didn't go into the Dreamville one.
One of these songs sounds similar to that.
Like London?
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's solid. It's nothing to write home about, but I didn't hate it.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm excited.
The only test here, I guess, if I don't take these out of my 2021 playlist, like if these songs have longevity, I don't know yet because I heard it once, but we'll see. If you like J.Cole, give it a shot. If you have 39 minutes of free time, give it a shot. But I wouldn't say drop what if you're holding a kid, drop that kid and put headphones on. I wouldn't say that.
Okay. He wouldn't say that. Remember, people, he wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that. Not for this.
Gotcha. But there's
allegedly, I would say it for the other things.
Yeah, that's my next question. What is drop your child and listen to this album?
Blonde.
Jungle Pussy, isn't that?
Never
Is
that.
that the name of the?
Never that. That's the artist's name. That's not the album. The artist's name is Jungle Pussy.
Queen greatest hits. Drop your kid. Listen to it now.
For Queen, chances are you could drop your kid and you won't regret it.
The thing I
Fat
asked
bottom
this,
girls make the world go round, man.
Drop your kid. Put the headphones on the kid. Listen to this shit, dude.
Mm-hmm. While the kid's falling, like the Inception scene for 7 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why you just don't listen to the album while holding the kid.
Cause you got a vibe.
Okay,
You
my
gotta put the
bad. My
headphones
bad.
on.
It's like the slap your grandmama thing. It's like it's so good you can slap your grandma.
Okay, I get it now. I'm caught up now. That's pretty good.
Like with
Alright.
Frank Ocean Blonde, if you have twins, gone.
Oh shit.
Other albums, I would say just drop whichever one is being mean that day. But Frank, drop them both.
Don't get it.
Don't get it?
All right. All right, so we got some good recommendations this week, bro. You know?
Good recommendations every week. That's why you should watch the ADLR podcast.
Ooh. Hold on. He hasn't had it yet. He's gonna get one in at least a week, okay? With the plug. All right, Randall and Brian, let's do some Pixie review here. This was during Mother's Day we saw this. So, movie that takes place in Scotland. Is it Irish? Yeah, IRA.
Dublin?
What?
I don't know why I thought Dublin. I don't know why I'm thinking Dublin.
Ireland, yeah.
Let's see. Movie.
Takes place in Ireland. It's about this girl who, her name is Pixie. I forgot her last name. She tried to double-cross her ex-boyfriend by getting him to steal a bunch of cash? It was cash, right? So she can flee Ireland and get a new life somewhere in San Francisco. Problem is,
I think it was drugs, so she can sell the drugs back to the people she stole them from.
That's what it was. So anyway, that plan went tits up, and now the boyfriend gets killed, and then the cops get involved, and so do the IRA, if I'm not mistaken. So now she and these other two guys who happen to rope themselves in are on the run to either stay alive, whatever. Now they're getting chased. It's pretty much like a comedy crime movie for the most part, because there's some serious parts, but it's not the focus. If you want to see Alec Baldwin do an Irish accent, he's in this. He's hilarious in it. And that was I thought it was really good, actually. Okay. I've heard him in other things, so it was hard for me. Like, okay, he's doing an Irish dialect, but you're still Alec Baldwin. Like, it's not. Yeah. I still see like. Go ahead,
because you're like, holy shit, that's Alec Baldwin. You kind of forget. Is that good?
Yeah.
Man, he's got range.
He definitely had it there. Like
Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night. I can't say this. Saturday Night Live actors and guests usually have range, and they do a great job.
There wasn't any like super dramatic parts for him to do. It was just his emotions were just like anger and like sarcastic shit to say, and he did that no problem. Like it was good.
He had a gun too, so it was entertaining.
And he had a gun, yeah. And the way he fired a gun was pretty funny. I don't know why it made me laugh. The way he's like, and like pulled back. It was definitely like not a Transporter movie, you know? Anyway, I don't know why Transporter came up. Oh, Jason Statham. That's why it came up. We saw the trailer for...
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Oh my god, family.
What is he in? Coming
Wrath
up?
of Man. It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, the latest Guy Ritchie movie is Wrath of Man. We saw the trailer for that. I'm like, oh, that's right. I gotta watch that.
I want to see it.
Sign me up. When does it come out?
Yeah.
It's out.
It came out.
It's just it's only in theaters. They're like, hey, we should force people to go to theaters now by doing the theater thing.
What is this movie called?
Wrath of Man.
Wrath of Man.
Wrath of Man.
And you said you did see Gentleman, right?
No, I hadn't. That's on my list to watch too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like Guy Ritchie, so a lot of the stuff I watch as soon as I can. What the hell was I talking about? Pixie. Yeah, dialogue's pretty good. I mean, if you have trouble listening to Irish accents, you might have a bit of trouble, but it's not too thick. It's not like Johnny Dogs from Peaky Blinders.
He's in this though.
He is also in this, but it's not that thick where you're like, what the hell are they saying?
Turn on the subtitles.
Yeah, and if not, put subtitles on. So performances are really good.
Snatch.
Snatch was really good. Yeah,
Brad Pitt that you couldn't understand.
Yes, you like Dex?
Yeah,
you like Dex?
He went in. He lost himself in that. You need subtitles for that.
Yes.
This one you don't. It's not that thick of Irish accents. I don't know. There's much else to say about it. It was like a standard comedy crime movie. The chemistry between the three were pretty good. Dialogues were... There's some clever quips between them. And that's... I don't know. There's nothing to take from Specs here. That's a new nickname that I saw in the chat they gave you.
Put a rating out of 10.
A rating out of 10? 7, maybe high 7, low 8, right? What are you thinking, Randall? You laughed at that just now, so what are you thinking? Like high 2, low 3 or something?
I give it a 4.5.
Oh, 4? Oh, oof. Damn. Please give me your take then, because I thought I had a fantastic time watching it.
Let's hear it, Randall.
It's not much for me to say. I mean, the acting was good. It was entertaining for what it was, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, really? Okay. There we go.
There was nothing unique about the movie that made me want to say like, oh yeah, you should check it. Like I can never see myself going to any of my friends but yo, you should check out Pixie.
Okay. So it's not a drop your kids.
It's
and
not
watch this.
bad. It's just not. It's just it's whatever.
It's just average.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Randall, before is below average. That's messed up.
I give it a 5 then.
I'm not trying to change your number. You can stick with 4. Yeah, like you can stick to your 4.5.
No, I'm trying to be nice because there were some good actors in the movie. So
Okay, that's fair. Well, you got some different takes here, so you're gonna have to watch it for yourself. I thought it was fine.
When you say there were some good actors, do you mean there's some people that have been in other things that are good?
Alec Baldwin.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
how many movies have we watched now with Bruce Willis that have been absolute trash?
Those are. Oh, he got here on one too. Kelsey's out here like every week. You guys got like they gun for it. They're like, hey guy, how many do you think I'm gonna get this week?
Well,
Did you guys see? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Randall.
No, go ahead.
Bruce Willis and John Travolta are in
Yeah.
another movie together, and someone in the comments posted the most recent Bruce Willis movies and how fucking god awful they are, and they're like, "I'm gonna skip this movie."
Yeah, like how are you gonna get together with him and then after the shit you just been through?
Have I not been
He's just
saying that
paycheck
every-
chasing right now.
That's what I'm. Yeah, it's for money, dude.
I've been saying that like every time after we watch these movies, and like I'm going to my room and Anthony's like going to his, and I'm like, yo, why did Bruce Willis do this?
Yeah, his last good movie was Live Free or Die Hard, and then every other movie he just chases like a $5 million paycheck for 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
Dude, Cosmic Sin was a
Jesus. Goodness, it was.
This might be a hot take, but is he actually a good actor, or is he just in good movies?
No, he's not a good actor.
Yeah, so
no.
that's why I'm not surprised by all this.
He's
of him being in this.
he's just an not just an. He comes from the '80s action hero era.
Yes, exactly.
So like he was just great action flick, and then he's just moved on since then.
Steven Seagal, terrible actor. Made
Action
a lot
hero.
of good movies though.
Yep. Who else? Action hero. Sylvester
Arnold
Stallone.
Schwarzenegger, Sylvester
Damme.
Stallone. Ooh, goal. Sorry, watching the hockey game.
That's the so okay. So that
I agree.
We just shattered his perception on reality just now.
No, because I have my own perception of like what I think good acting is.
Uh-huh.
So I was gonna ask you guys, what do you think good acting is? Like, what is to you what classifies as a good actor or actress? Because for me, it just means that whatever character that you're playing is believable.
Okay.
That you're able to convince me that you are that character.
Okay.
And B, if you're entertaining, if you're able to keep my attention.
Okay.
And not take me out of the story.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Denzel Washington or
I retract Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's actually a solid actor. I retract that.
Who else?
Bruce Willis, Rambo.
No. I want to use somebody like the really good
Sylvester
actors,
Stallone.
like
Really good actors. Tom Holland.
Really good actors.
Tom Holland,
Matt Damon. Tom Hardy.
Matt Damon,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
So
Thank you.
he may not be on that level as far as like complexity when it comes to acting, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is very entertaining.
I agree. He does a good job.
Yeah. So that in itself, I think, makes him a good actor.
I agree. I misspoke saying Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But I'm not just like attacking like him specifically. I just mean like in general. What is your guys like?
Well, mine's a very broad answer, I guess. But if a good actor for me can do both faces of theater, which is you can make me laugh believably and you can make me cry believably. And Tom Holland can do that. Because he makes me laugh in his Spider-Man movies, and when he's crying, I want to cry too.
So, but you don't think like...
But it's not just the actor though. The thing, you know how what's that the saying is you don't say anything when everything's going right. It's when something goes wrong. You're like, oh, that's messed up or that's wrong. Mm-hmm. When those scenes that those actors deliver, it's everything else as well is synced in. The music, the camera positioning, like all of the beats, the dialogues is being said. All of that is in sync. So it's hard for me to say what makes it. Go ahead.
A lot of actors suffer from bad directors.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a lot of good actors who are who have a really bad rep because they've worked for a lot of shit directors and they just don't look good in the movies that they're in. Yeah. You have to marry a good actor with a good director in a good film and a good script. That's why people like Leonardo DiCaprio are always in amazing movies, because they pick and choose the scripts they want to work on and the directors they want to work with.
Because they know they'll get the most out. Like that director will push them to be that character or to get that
exactly.
scene.
And then you have people like Michael B. Jordan who got a redemption shot and just blew everybody away.
Yeah.
He was good in Creed.
Yeah, man. Fantastic.
He's been really good in almost everything that I've seen him in.
The only thing I can't talk about is Fantastic Four because I skipped that movie entirely.
I did as well.
Everybody that I've talked to that's seen that movie is like, just don't. Just walk away.
Like Fruit, I think it's Fruitvale Station.
That was a really good movie.
Like he just, I think that's what the people
That
started
was when he
noticing.
blew up.
Yeah, like that was fantastic.
We really need to get Adam on this show because he like actually did acting and things and like had a coach and he could really talk to about some of this stuff.
He could probably act as somebody on here.
Right. But no, like I really thought Bruce Willis was a great actor in the Die Hard series. But I feel like that's also like a timepiece, you know, being the 80s action movies and I also feel like it also has to do like what Nick said with everything just kind of flows together really well and it may build them up to be better than what they actually are.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is a crucial point here. Let's be real. Bruce Willis did not carry that movie.
No.
What's his face did the bad guy?
Slytherin, the guy who played in Harry Potter. Fuck mine.
Yes.
Alan Rickman?
Alan Rickman.
Rickman,
Alan Rickman carried that fucking movie. So, I know Bruce Willis was good in it, but Alan Rickman, a good bad guy, is what makes a good hero movie like that.
Loki.
Yes.
Tom Hiddleston. It depends, man. I don't know. What
Adam
happened?
says, "How do you forget Alan Rickman's name? You show some goddamn respect."
I know, right?
It happens,
Well,
man. I don't know.
To put it into context, Brian, you could lose 100 pounds, get nice and ripped, and you could go in that movie and act as well as Bruce Willis did. Alan Rickman made that movie.
It's the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, he's never been a good actor. Just we like to see his duck face ass shoot
Yeah.
things.
Yep, exactly.
This is
I
literally how he
love
acts.
Bruce Willis.
This is how he acts. Then that's it.
I love Bruce Willis.
Summed up Red in
Yeah, he was great in Red.
So imagine this face with a car turning and he gets out of it really quickly.
that was the scene that I thought of.
Who's I forgot his
Still more wretched.
Malkovich.
Disagree.
That's in Red.
Yes, John
Is it
Malkovich. Yeah.
Malkovich,
I like
isn't
him.
it?
Who was that?
Adam
The
says,
bald one.
hilarious.
He's like, you got a guy in the trunk. He's like, yeah. The old dude that's in Red.
John
Just-
Malkovich, man,
John
he's
Mal-
crazy.
You've seen him before. It's a crazy older dude. Come
Is
on.
that the one that was always like, he's like lives off the grid and always think like the government is watching him?
Yes,
Oh
That's
yeah, I
his
love that dude, man.
he's a great.
Yeah.
Is there somebody in your trunk? Yeah.
Yeah.
So casually, and then he's like, the person's trying to like punch his way out. Oh shoot!
You have to make the emotional jump to safety.
Yeah. God, film. We don't deserve film. Oh, what were we talking about? Was it Pixie?
Yeah.
Pixie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving ratings. Brian, you never gave your rating.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really like numbered ratings because it
Same.
never means anything.
Same. That's why I would just say yes. I recommend it for these reasons, and no.
No. Recommendation.
It's also why we have like baselines for shit that we won't ever watch again. Like I always bring up Hellboy, the new Hellboy for Randall, because he's bro. I just can't do it, you know. And then if you really want to go like lower than that, you can do Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Adam just said, Bryant, give me how many kids you would drop for this movie between 1 and 10.
I wouldn't drop a kid, but like if it were to drop on its own, I would catch it, but it might be delayed.
Oh shoot.
I wouldn't. If you have time and you haven't seen the movie, I would say watch it. But if someone's like, "Hey, you seen this? Should I watch it?" I would be like, "Just watch La La Land."
Don't go out of your way. Just watch La La Land. Nice.
Excellent. All right. I guess the last thing here, real quick. I guess last thing for reviews here is Normal People. I watched this show. I think it's a Hulu show. It takes place in Ireland, I think it is. Brian, you're not gonna like this one. Don't. You're
Oh.
not gonna like this one. This is not a Peaky Blinder situation. This is not a Ted Lasso situation. Where you need to drop all your babies. This is not it.
Okay.
Ted Lasso drop all these.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's basically a story about a relationship, romance relationship between two kids who meet in high school. High school, yeah, and it follows their lives when they're together, not together. It's like the on and off relationship over the span of like through high school, college, and then their adult lives, and how they get into the relationship, get out, how they find themselves back together, over and over again. The chemistry between them is really good. It's just that loop I got tired of by the second time, you know? So it's like, I would have rather them gotten together and then gone through further into the relationship, like if they had a kid or something, or how that would work, or like something further than that. It got to the point where it seemed like they were just writing a reason to get them separated.
Keep the show going.
Yeah, like that's what it, after like the
It's forced story.
yeah,
That's not good.
it felt like that. It's a short, it's only one season, like 8 episodes, but it still felt like it was like unnecessary. The reasons make sense in a way, but then the characters' reactions, like their emotional reactions, just didn't line up at times. Where I'm like, why are you reacting that way?
I hate that.
And then like the character, the relationship was based on like them talk. They like to talk to each other a lot. And there's points where like if you just talked it out like you did in the beginning of a relationship, you would have been fine. But they like have some sort of emotional reaction, and they go away from each other, and then it's like an unnecessary drama. So
Is
acting.
it like?
Go ahead.
Is it like all the reasons why in making the band when Diddy would close down the studio and then like, all right, we can open it, but you got to do this, and then the next episode's closed again.
It feels like that again, but it's just that the plot points is where I'm like, I can't recommend this. The performances, the writing, some of the music that you hear like that's playing in the background are pretty good. Like it's shot very well. I mean, Ireland looks really cool. Then they start traveling around in Europe, and you see some great shots composited. So like, it's just a plot point where I'm like, I can't recommend this. The actors did a phenomenal job. Like the actual like, oh shit, that hits heavy. You can see them reacting in the way that's believable. Dialogue's for the most part really good until like they start breaking up again. And I'm like, how'd you get here in a way? So if you want, like, if you want to see some actors perform really well, then maybe take gives it a shot because they did fantastic work on there. But the loop, the repetitiveness of them breaking, like the whole Ross Rachel thing, was too much for me. Like it happened too often, where I just couldn't do that. And that's that on that. It's a no for me. So 0-1 on that. If you guys watch it, let me know if you guys agree. But
I will not be watching that.
yeah, it's not.
I don't really have any reason.
It would otherwise be super interesting to be, but I hate that loop of emotions.
Yeah.
You should watch Fleabag.
Have you watched Fleabag, Nick?
Nope.
Oh my.
Have you
See.
seen Lasso?
Yeah, he has. He told you to watch it. The fuck?
Wait, Ted Lasso? Dude, Brian, I was telling you to watch that shit.
Yeah, you add Fleabag to your... If you don't have a app to track these recommendations, grab
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Because you have a lot... We got shit they recommend to you, my guy. Like,
Yep,
Fleabag
I got lots of stuff.
It's a great British comedy.
Awesome.
That's it on Normal People. I again, fantastic performances, dialogues okay, shot very well, pacings. That loop was, and that's that. Did I get everyone? Randall, I think you're the last guy. Do they wish you were dead? Oh, you laugh at that. That's funny to you? Or okay.
Yeah.
Well,
50 Cent,
you said 50 Cent?
a Many Men.
Oh, okay.
Difficult.
Found me. That song slaps. That's a good reference, Randall. Move on. Go ahead, Randall. So tell me about Those Who Wish Me Dead.
So it's a movie directed by a dude named Taylor Sheridan. He did Wind River. It has
Oh, the Avengers in it.
yeah,
Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch.
Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen, and he also did. I'm not gonna say it's god awful, but he did that movie, the new movie with.
You kind of just said it was god awful.
It's not god awful. It was just disappointing and very empty.
Okay.
Without Remorse with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Like Anthony, we take this.
What happened? I think you had to put up your mic. I couldn't hear what you said.
He said it was disappointing, and I said, so like Anthony when he takes his pants off.
Yeah, actually hilarious when I take my pants off. They just laugh at it, and then we're like, I guess we're done here. And I'm like, I see, like you still got to pay me for this comedy show. Yeah, you man, don't look at me. I don't know why I went to Chris Tucker there.
So it stars Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
John. I forget how you say this. Barenthal.
Oh, I love that guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah.
John Barenthal, cool. The Punisher on the Netflix
Tyler
series.
Perry is in it for
Barenthal.
like 5 minutes.
Berndal.
You said Tyler Perry?
Mm-hmm.
For 5? Like,
He was in it for like 5 minutes.
because he gets like shot?
Nah.
Okay.
Wow, you hoping he was going to get shot?
I was trying to ask you. I thought you gave a spoiler away. That's why I thought he
nah.
gave a spoiler away. Say
Well,
again?
he just did.
I said everyone wants to watch Tyler Perry get shot with his shit movies.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his stuff.
I never found Medea funny whatsoever.
Aiden Gillen?
Who?
Littlefinger from
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones.
That's all you had to say. I know who you're talking about.
And Nicholas Hoult. He played Beast in
Beast, yeah. He's
So-
also in that new show, I think The Crown? No. The Great. No.
The Great.
Is it The Great?
The Great.
He plays Peter.
There you go.
So the movie is about this kid and his father. His father's an accountant, and unfortunately, he ends up doing business for the wrong person. I think it has something to do with like government officials.
Okay.
So he found out something he wasn't supposed to find out, and then next day, you know, the people that I guess was on his team is like the accounting team or anybody who knew about it is getting bodied left and right.
Oof.
So he's finding out about it on the news, and the person that's doing the killing is Littlefinger and Beast,
Okay.
because they're supposed to be brothers in the movie.
Interesting.
So the little boy, his name is Connor. His father ends up dying, and the rest of the movie is pretty much him trying to survive. Them two chasing after him, and the person that's in between, like that's pretty much protecting him, is Angelina Jolie's character and the dude that plays Punisher,
Oh.
John Bernthal.
John
Bernthal.
Bernthal. I would say Angelina Jolie is the main character. Well, yeah, she's kind of like the main character as far as like the one who's like protecting him.
Okay.
But she has like her own inner struggles. She's like a, I don't know what you would call. I guess she's still considered like a firefighter, but they live like in Montana and they live like in the woods. Like they take care of the forest. So
Okay.
it's not like
Oh, Firewatch.
yeah. So they don't like go to a house and prevent it from burning. They prevent the forest from burning.
Firewatch, yeah.
So it's pretty much her protecting the boy, and John Bernthal's wife. She's like my favorite character in the movie. She's pregnant, but she be putting in work.
She throw down.
Yeah,
She throw rounds.
she did some junk in the movie that was like, I thought she was done, but she pulled some junk out. I was like, okay,
That's a bad one.
That's
With
what's
the
up.
baby?
What? Okay, yeah, she pulled the baby out and threw it.
You gotta eat it, man.
Huh?
What happened?
Never. Just keep going.
It's
He made
because
a bad joke.
I think Discord is shitting the bed on my end. So like
No,
you're cutting
it's,
it out.
something's wrong with Brian's mic.
Okay.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the headset's getting pretty old. I gotta replace the pads and whatever in it.
That's pretty much it, man. Like it's just them trying to kill him, trying to kill a little boy.
How's the pacing though? Is it like constant action? Is there like some moments where like so we can breathe? Is it like Atomic Blonde? Like what we?
Once the chase starts,
Yeah.
it's just nonstop.
Gotcha.
What I liked about the movie was probably the acting, the most. I mean, it wasn't like
Solid performances from everyone.
it was an Emmy award.
You mean Oscar?
I mean, yeah, Oscar award, but it was good for what it was. The characters were believable for what they because John was like a
Military dude.
no, he was a sheriff.
Oh,
I think he was a
what.
sheriff.
Tell you what, it's my neck of the woods.
So he was in Walking Dead, so I guess he can kind of play that role.
He sure was for about 5 episodes. Then he gets got.
Angelina
Spoilers.
Jolie has always done a pretty good job to me. I don't think I've ever seen her in a movie that I thought she did bad in.
What is your favorite Angelina Jolie movie?
Hackers.
Yeah, my man.
Like non-ironically.
I love that movie, dude.
Oh, okay.
It's so terrible, but so amazing.
Yeah, because I'm like that movie doesn't age well. Like I don't know if you guys saw it.
That's why I love it.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Hack the planet.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know.
That movie's fucking hilarious watching now. When's the last time you guys saw it?
It's been
Hackers?
a
Oh,
long
I
time.
played the edition.
Oh, okay,
I watch it at least once every 6 months.
gotcha. Okay, so yeah,
Jeez.
it's fun. It's watching it now. It's really funny.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so good.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was good too.
Yeah,
Adam
I do
did
like
that
that
one.
Oh my god, thank you for saying that. 'Cause I think that I'm like when you said that, I'm like I don't know if I have a movie I like. Like
He's real good.
yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith I liked a lot.
Gone in 60 seconds, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nick Cage. Oh, every time I think of Nick, that link is there forever. When Nick Cage is mentioned, Adam is right here. Like I can see his ghost is standing right next to me.
All right, have you told the stories of the pranks we've pulled on Adam with
Yes.
Nick Cage?
Oh my
you?
god. I think was it a pillow or was it like
Yeah.
Did you hear about the browser one?
the browser one? No.
Oh man. Well, so let Randall finish his review, and then I'll tell you the
Yeah.
story.
Go for it.
I don't want to interrupt too much.
There isn't much else to say. I think I've
right.
covered everything.
So it's a yes recommendation or no? Based on like action, is it like you're saying it's nonstop? So it's like is it like really good thriller or? Oh, okay. I don't
I
like
would
this.
pass. I
You would
mean,
pass?
like,
Okay.
it's not a terrible movie, but I'm pretty sure you can find better things to watch.
Okay. Sounds good. So that's like that's an 0-1. All right. We started off strong in this episode. We were recommending shit left and right. Now we're dwindling down here. You know.
I feel like the movies, not to derail from what you guys are going to talk about, but I feel like the movies have kind of suffered because of COVID because
100%.
I don't know exactly what it is because I know everyone is still getting tested before they go on set, but it seems like something's going on. I don't know what it is.
Well, I
don't know exactly how it's affecting production, but
I think they're waiting to release their better intellectual property until they can get asses in chairs in the theaters.
Thank you.
That's why we're trash.
That's what I was gonna say. They're holding out the best stuff, like Quiet Place 2, the new the Suicide Squad, all that stuff. They know it's gonna bring in people to the theaters. That's when they're gonna make the most money.
Yeah,
Quiet Place is this month.
Yeah,
these
Quiet
movies
Place.
are going to make a killing when they start going to theaters.
Yep.
Like you're seeing an insane amount of money going through these theaters.
yeah, but when is that going to be? Do you think people are going to regularly be going to the movie theater when Quiet Place comes out? Because doesn't that come out like at the end of this month?
It comes out like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when. I just know everything's opening up again, and everyone
Yeah.
wants to get outside. So these theaters are going to be packed.
Yep. I don't know, man.
That's scary, bro, because
Well, probably, to be honest, we could probably, after Quiet, that's actually a good thing. We need to keep note of this. When Quiet Place 2 comes out, we need to see the box office numbers that weekend. Like on Monday, actually, that would be podcast day, so we could probably look it up live as we're doing the show and see how much cash it actually comes in. And if it's a lot of cash, that means exactly what just happened.
Is it theater only release?
Yes. That's why they held on to it for so long.
Also, you're going to have to wait until there's like a big release weekend, not just one movie. You're going to have to wait until there's a couple of movies coming out on the same weekend.
Mm-hmm. That's also true.
When does Black Widow come out?
Ooh.
July.
July, but that's also digital release too. Remember the whole pay $30 on top of your Disney Plus subscription? They're doing that again.
So fucking shitty. Like,
I don't understand that at all. But hey, whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. It's good. Like Nick said, it's gonna be slow and steady.
I could maybe possibly understand paying like an extra $5 for some sort of premium subscription or something, because like Netflix is doing that shit with streaming. You know, like whoever has like the base whatever, you can only get it in 1080p, and their 1080p looks like shit. But you can upgrade to like 13 or 15 or whatever it is a month and get 4K. But I just don't understand paying for you're already paying like $10-15 a month for a streaming service, and then you have to pay an extra $30 to see it in theaters.
Yeah,
like,
well, they're not releasing the content as a part of their streaming service. The streaming service is just how you're getting to it. What they're calculating is how many people are in a household, and then they're charging whatever 3 people per household for tickets. So like I get what they're trying to do, but
it doesn't make sense with their current model anyway, because
you
would want to pay $40 a month, because a family of 4, you're paying one subscription to watch all the Disney Plus, like was it
right? But don't
forget
there's new content as far as like movies and shit like that. They're trying to make up the lost money, the lost revenue from from ticket sales. But again, I don't like it either. That's the
business model here.
That's the business model behind this.
Wasn't Lee the one? Was it you or Lee that posted that thing about there's like a new box or something that somebody's trying to come out with where it will
it would count the amount of people in the Yeah, so they're releasing a new box. I can't remember what exactly it's called. We'll have to ask Lee, but it's a box you sit on top of your right near your TV, and it will scan however many people are in your room, and that's how they'll release movies. Is they'll count the people in your room, and they'll charge you that amount of tickets for the movie, and then show the movie on your screen for streaming.
So do they know that?
Stupid. Just tell people to walk out of the room.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how would you?
It might do a constant scan. Because
I'm sure it's like a constant scan.
Your iPhone like scans your face every 5 seconds. You didn't know that, did you?
No, but you can mask people behind stuff. Like, I'm sure there's a mesh you can put.
Either way, that's
if it's constantly
serious.
doing it, then that wouldn't work. Because then, let's say like there was a time like how many people you have in your party? You say 5, but it's like 10. You have people 5 people hiding, and then you start the movie, and then the other 5 come in, and then it scans again. It's like no, you have 10 people.
No, Randall, because you can just put a mask on that has like a dog's face and crawl in, and just keep the mask on and see.
Well, not even.
It's an AI. It's just gonna look for people.
You split the output to another TV, so you have 2 viewing TVs, and then they won't know who's watching upstairs.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a serious invasion of privacy. There's no fucking way I'd put that in my house.
Besides that, besides the ethical part of this, we can cheese that in like 10 seconds. That's not an issue. I can put it in this room. I can sit here, and then just you guys can watch it down there in the living room. By just splitting the video.
Yep. I mean, there's so many issues with it, but I read it and I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever read.
Yeah,
this is a legit thing?
It's probably in the R&D.
Yes, it's probably in R&D, yeah. That's my research has pointed towards that. I don't know if it's released or anything. It was just, I only researched it for 5 seconds, and I was like, this is stupid as hell.
Yeah, if anyone greenlights him, like, that's perfect. I'm like, get him out of here. No, that's not going to work. What happened, man?
I was gonna say, you also have to remember. I can't remember the company, but they greenlit. They made a gamepad for like a tablet pad or something for the Nintendo Wii, and then had a game for it, and it did great. They were like, you know what we should do? We should convert this to the PlayStation and Xbox and re-release it. And you know what happened? The company fucking folded because those aren't like, that's not the type of system that you play those things on.
Yeah. Oh, Empathetic Harmony agrees with your new addition here. You've been applauded, Nick. You fit our aesthetic.
What happened?
Apparently you fit our aesthetic that I didn't know we had.
Yeah,
a loud, super opinionated person?
Yeah.
I'm not loud.
Those are
We just
facts.
need to get Randall to grow
I
out a
make up
beard.
for it.
Oh man. So let's
Oh, so the browser thing.
yes, the
Yes.
browser
Cage.
story.
Okay, so any new viewers, Adam hates Nick Cage. Adam is Weird TV's brother.
Yes.
And we
Thank you, bro.
constantly prank him with Nicolas Cage shit. And one of those pranks was a Nicolas Cage pillow that we gave him for Christmas. We found that online and gave it to him. So this prank is the best one we pulled off yet. So Adam used to live with Brian. And Brian and I were talking in PM one day, and we're like, oh my god, Brian, dude, we just had the best idea. We're going to make an app on his, and we're going to run it on his computer, and it'll constantly change the background to his computer to be Nicolas Cage all the time, and it'll just cycle through Nicolas Cage images. And we're like, okay, so let's look into how to do this. So in the process of figuring out how to do this, we found a browser plugin that you can load in the browser. I think it was Chrome, right? No, it was Firefox. It was a Firefox plugin that will replace every single image in your browser with a Nicolas Cage image. So anything that's rendered, whether it's a fav icon, whether it's a Facebook image, like anything that's being rendered in your browser with an image is going to be Nicolas Cage instead. And it'll do the best to match up the dimensions of whatever image you're rendering.
Gotcha.
There's something called Place Cage. Like it's a placeholder thing for web developers that placeholds Nicolas Cage images, and you can give it specific sizes, and it'll do the best to render that. That's what it was using. And we loaded this up in Adam's computer, and we made sure to do it at a specific time when Brian is sitting right next to him, and we're all in Discord together.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting here sending image links to Adam, and we're just posting him and tagging him in these image links. And every single image he would load up, and it would be Nicolas Cage on the machine. Adam's like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Nicolas Cage... Why are you guys sending me Nicolas Cage images? And Brian just tried to play it off. He's like, no, this isn't Nicolas Cage. Like, look, I clicked this link. It's a legitimate image.
'Cause I
And
could
Adam
turn
would click
my
it,
monitor
fucking Nicolas
around.
Cage. And this went on for like, I want to say like 20 or 30 minutes, and he's like, oh my god, I have a virus. I need to reformat my computer. Solid prank. And we're just fucking dying.
That's fantastic. That is really good. That is probably the best one yet.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
How do you get on top of that?
We're not going to.
No,
that,
we're
that
not
was
going
that
to.
was before the pillow.
No, there's a way
Oh.
to top that. You know that's.
He's watching, Brian. Don't tell him now.
We'll talk after this.
We'll talk about this.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ping Kate, and we're going to manage to plan something that she is going to be a part of. That's probably how we'll top
Nick,
something.
that's
Like maybe a
got
shower
it.
curtain or something. Who knows?
I got it.
You got it.
We're gonna pay that service that has celebrities saying happy birthday or something.
Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
What happened to after the podcast?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't.
what
I don't
is-
care if it hears.
That
I don't
was-
care if
that
it
was-
hears.
That was literally what I was gonna tell you. Justin knew that I was gonna say that. He's like, let me just reiterate it, even though he didn't say it.
I don't
Fucking
care if
hell.
it hears. So I think Lee might know someone who knows Nicolas Cage. We should get on this. We could probably get it for very, very cheap.
Who knows Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, he's got a couple of friends out in Hollywood who.
So get
do a
him
lot of
on this
movie stuff.
podcast.
I mean, there's no way.
This
this
is the
person
most
knows
There's no
prestigious
fucking way.
podcast. Look,
There's
this
no
will
fucking
help
way.
Nicolas Cage.
What's the last
I'll
movie
ask.
that he did?
He's been doing a lot of indie films that have to do
He's-
like
he's in a
gory
ton of stuff.
Yeah, he's been doing his own thing on the indie world.
Nicolas Cage is a good actor who has the misfortune of spending all of his money all of the time. So he's in a lot of shit movies.
Oh.
He just does it to work.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Adam says, I can't wait to be on this podcast so I can tell Nicolas Cage to his eyeballs that every movie he's in is garbage and he should feel bad.
Jeez.
I love
All right.
Nicolas Cage.
I
Disagree.
do love how Adam sums up how Nicolas Cage acts in every movie. And it's I don't know that I can do it because I'm laughing
I was
too
gonna
hard.
say, you lost it right now.
But it's him like taking a knee or something, looking kind of serious, and then turning and smiling at you and just saying something, and that's like every Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh man.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
All right. Well, Randall's checking the internet to make sure it's still running.
My man
No,
has never
I'm-
seen Face Off. That's how I know.
Wow.
Who hasn't seen Face
Good
Off?
movie. Adam probably hasn't seen Face Off.
Man, he probably has. He's probably sick of like
Probably
National
hasn't.
Treasure
No.
stuff. No?
No, he hasn't. I know he hasn't seen Face Off.
Confirm in the
You
chat.
should-
Oh, he
Face
has
Off.
seen Face Off. How are you saying he's a bad actor if you've seen Face
He
Off?
didn't think Face
He
Off
was
good?
amazing.
Yeah.
He was
Said he was, like,
amazing in
9,
Face
though.
Off.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was John Travolta.
Yeah, right?
Spoilers.
He was amazing in Face Off.
That movie's like 20 years old.
Yeah, man. All right.
You know what? No.
Back. What's
Counter
up?
that. He was in Into the Spider-Verse. He's Noir Spider-Man. That was a good movie. Fuck your opinion, Adam.
Yeah, those are facts. Hold on, Brian. You got it too. If you didn't like Into the Spider-Verse, man, I don't know what's going on.
But imagine how much better it could have been without him. Every movie he's in drops 2 points automatically.
Now, Spider-Verse.
So I know Spider-Verse was real. I enjoyed that a lot.
Now it's the marrying a good actor to a good director, and just a good script. He chooses shit directors and shit scripts because he likes to get paid. But when you put him with a good director and a great script, he is a fantastic actor.
He said, "Yeah, I loved Into the Spider-Verse, but hated Nick Cage in it. A deaf dog would have provided better voice acting."
You're never gonna win him over with Nick Cage.
No, you're not
It's
gonna.
I don't
It's not
think
gonna
so.
happen.
I don't think so either.
'Cause I think it's not hate. I think it's infatuation. It's like Stan.
Yes,
the song
100%.
Stan. The song Stan, where they couldn't be together, so he literally drove off a bridge. You love him, Adam.
I can only imagine how fucking heated he is on his keyboard. Like, you fucking dumbasses.
He's typing paragraphs in Twitch chat. That's how you know he's tilted.
Yeah, he's about a...
Got a little PJ Salt over there.
Yeah. All right. Nick,
What's up?
you got some good news on Twitter. You have a series
Aha,
getting a
Wheel of
TV
Time.
show. Yes, tell us about Wheel of
Yes.
Time, homie.
Wheel of Time is a legendary series of books. I want to say there's like 12 of them or so.
Oh,
And
shoot.
they're fantastic books. If you haven't read them, you should. With the forewarning that it is a fucking slog through the middle of the books. But they're great books. The author started having a lot of health issues nearing the end of the series, and you could tell with the way his writing kind of went. But it's still worth the read because of the way the series is finished.
Okay.
But again, this is one of the best series you'll ever read, and people say this series is better than Lord of the Rings.
Oof.
But they made a TV series out of this. Amazon picked it up a little while ago. I don't know anything about who's in it. I don't know anything about who's filming it. But
Those are my follow-up
the-
questions.
first season is being well, I'm trying to keep my information to a minimum because I don't want, like, even though I love the books, I'm going to go in and expect differences. Like, I don't expect it to be exactly after the books. I
Right.
just want a good story. I want the story to be told, and I want the story to be told well. I don't care how much they deviate, but I want it to be good and enjoyable. So
Okay.
I'm trying to avoid any type of spoilers here. However, the first season has finished wrapping. The first season has wrapped filming, and I don't know when it's going to be released, but I'm super looking forward to that.
Nice. What?
I'm gonna have to wait minimum a year before I start reading it because you said 7 sentences. There was just too much writing on there, so I gotta wait.
Yeah,
What?
it's a slog. It's very small text, lots of pages, and there's a lot of things that people don't like about the books, but the things people love about the books far outweigh that. For instance, they have a lot, like he's not very good at writing female characters, and you could tell like they're always flipping their braid or they're humping, doing some bullshit. Like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's very, very weird the way he writes female characters. But again, it's a very, very good series of books. You should definitely read it if you haven't.
Can you give us like a small synopsis on what
Yeah.
moves this thing forward?
Yeah, there is it's a rags to riches tale of one of the boys. There's a group of boys in a town that the story revolves around, and they use this wheel of time as a way of talking about how time moves. Like the wheel wills as the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. Like the wheel is
Okay.
basically God in this context.
Gotcha.
And they use it as a way of talking about time. But those three, the wheel is weaving the pattern around those three characters, those
Okay.
three boys, and they all have a different piece of the puzzle, and they're working their way towards fighting the final battle against like the devil, basically.
Okay. Oh,
And it's a fantastic series of books. I don't know how to boil it down easier than that, though.
okay, that's fine. That's a good like high overview of it. Interesting. Okay, so then let me ask you, who do you want to play these characters?
Oh, I don't want known actors or actresses in it. I want it to be like a Spielberg thing where people find unknown actors and actresses and throw them into great roles. Very similar to what Marvel did with a lot of their superheroes, like Thor and whatnot. I want them to find unknown actors and crush it that way.
That's what the director for Peaky Blinders did on purpose. Because he said if the celebrity's too big, they focus on them and not the world and the story.
Exactly. I want the story building to be fantastic.
Peaky Blinders.
And Dune also is another one that's coming out soon.
Oh, that's true. And I think that's another one that's just theaters, right? I don't think they're doing the digital release on that either.
I'm not sure. Either I'm going to be first one there.
Timothée Chalamet's in that, right?
Yes, he's the lead, I think.
Yes. The cast for Dune is insane.
He has my same birthday, so...
Nice.
So you're connected?
Yeah, so I felt him.
You felt it.
Zendaya's in that too.
Who is in it?
Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
Zendaya, yep.
Oh, cool. That's coming out soon.
The cast for Dune's insane.
Movies are coming
anyway,
back.
that's Wheel of Time.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
Movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
The last 5 minutes of that movie, I was hyped. Okay.
Which movie?
Doom.
Oh, Doom. No, I haven't watched that. It's on the list, but it's like really low on the list.
We would like it. It's campy.
I'm sure I would love it.
And then the ending is like a homage to any Doom player. Like it's really.
I might have to put this up farther on the list.
Let's say it's an hour and a half movie. I don't remember how long it is. The first hour and 20 minutes is whatever you expect a action movie in space with monsters would be.
Yes.
Rosamund Pike and Carl Urban.
The last bit, the last 10 minutes is literally in first person.
Yes.
And it's basically Doom.
Hardcore Henry.
Yes.
I haven't seen that, unfortunately.
Oh, great flick.
Really good.
Good flick.
The Doom movie, though, if you ride the Magic Dragon, it makes it a lot better.
Yes.
I assumed if it's super campy and that type of movie, absolutely.
You'll be reaching Cloud 9 in no time.
Cloud 9 is not reaching the finals, though.
Are they like? Yeah, it is a really good transition. Are they like trash this season or?
No, they made it to the knockout stage, but they are not performing well. I don't know if you guys follow League of Legends.
I don't. I know the team.
LCS. So they are not doing well.
Oof.
They lost to a team that was 0-8 today, or 0-7. They gave them their first win.
Oh my gosh! Well, maybe that team was
So
just
they're pretty much
the
out.
rest, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Now they know how
They're
to
waiting
beat
for
everybody.
a last minute rush.
Yeah. Nope. And then who put the last but not least? Someone put some Sega news.
Oh yeah, that's mine.
Tell me about it. I saw Jet Set Radio on there. I'm excited.
Ooh, I love that game.
So the Sega's, Sega's done this a bunch with like Sonic and that kind of stuff, where they either bring it back or revamp it, whatever. But they're talking about bringing back some of their other classics, like Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Panzer Dragoon, and Virtua Fighter. And then there were also some other ones that they had listed, Rez and Streets of Rage. I mean, I'm excited. I really enjoyed Crazy Taxi and Virtua Fighter, and I think it would be fun to see what they do with updating some of this stuff.
I'm right there with
They're
you.
going to keep the same feel of the game?
I don't know. It just says that they're talking about possibly bringing some of these.
'Cause part of what made that game so charming is the way it worked. Like just the general feel of the game. I hate when they redo games and change the feel of it.
It feels like just like a modern game instead of the essence of what it had.
But there's not really much information. It just says that they could do anything from simple remasters to full-on remakes and reboots. So, I mean, it literally could go in any direction right now. They don't really have.
That's what I'm most worried about Diablo 2 Resurrected. I hope they keep the feel of the game.
I'm excited to play because I never played it, but Kelsey was telling me how fantastic it is, so I can't wait to try it. I played 3, and that's it.
I heard from...
You're missing out.
I think Flo was one of them. I think Elijah was one. They're big Diablo heads, and they said it's just a prettier thing of what they've already played.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm okay with that.
I never played 2, so the frame I can pre-order it. I'm just going
Missing
to.
out. Diablo
every-
2 is the best one.
Every Diablo like clone, like Torchlight or whatever we're playing, it doesn't scratch the itch. It just makes the itch more apparent for me. So
Yeah.
like when we're
I
playing
100%
Torchlight,
agree.
I'm like, I need my goons. I need a necromancer, dude. I need someone with me.
Dude, if you
He's
want a
squad.
necromancer, 2 is going to be your.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can have like 60 fucking skeletons and shit running around, just blowing bitches up.
Well, so Diablo 2 does a ladder reset every 6 months, and they're doing a ladder reset in June that I'm going to play through. If you're wanting to play, I'll play through it with you.
We'll see.
Or
I
you can
did-
play through it with us. We always get a group together to do the ladder resets like once a year, once every other year.
I'll look into that, but I don't know. Torchlight, I'm like, oh, it's cool, but I want to play some. I want some dark shit. You know what I mean? I don't
Yep.
want. Oh, this is pretty Pixar look. I want to murder things that are spewing shit at me. I don't know
Yep.
what it is, but I want it.
You should play
I
Doom-
like
Doom
Diablo
Eternal.
2. The original for me is still my favorite. Like it was super dark. You didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like walking down into the dungeon, and the goal was to like get to the very bottom of the dungeon and kill Diablo. Diablo 2, they kept a lot of that darkness except for Act 2, I think it is, where it's just literally a giant desert. But the first one maybe it's just because it's the nostalgia of the original game, but it was just so amazing. Like the
First
the
one was
music,
great too.
the music, the scenery, the gameplay, everything about it was just phenomenal. And then 2, I feel like they kept a lot of that and just stepped up the whole storyline and everything, and brought about just like a slightly different way to move through acts instead of having to just go straight down a dungeon. But yeah, Diablo 2 definitely is amazing.
Yeah, but regardless, sorry to derail the conversation. I hope they keep the charm of the games. If they keep the charm of the games, it'll be good.
I looked at the article that Kelsey put. I didn't know Sega worked on Persona. It
Maybe
blew
they
my mind.
maybe they just own the
forgot.
IP and they publish it.
I don't know.
Because I thought Atlas develops it.
They apparently did a Panzer Dragoon game back in 2019.
They remade it.
Yeah, for the Switch.
They remade it. I don't know how well it sold, but they definitely redid it because people were wanting to play it. Because it was a classic back on Xbox.
Panzer Dragoon
Well,
Order
they're-
was the Xbox one.
Wait, Xbox?
They're-
Yeah, Order was the Xbox one. Sorry, not the Sega. I think it was Dreamcast before that.
Their remake trailer only got 200,000 views. So
Maybe the demand for that's not there.
yeah, everything. Their E3 trailer only got 32,000 views.
Yeah,
It could be worse. It could be a trailer saying that a certain IP is not dead,
oof.
and
Yeah,
everybody's excited about this. And then they release a port of the old game, and because it didn't sell well, they didn't bring back the series. It'd be crazy if Capcom did that with Darkstalkers, right?
yeah, that'd be crazy. It's sad. Oh well. Yeah, I'd like to see another
Apparently,
Jet
the
Set
Panzer
Radio.
Dragoon remake is on Steam and is currently on sale for $6.24, and that ends May 24th.
There we go. Shoo. Sheesh. I think that's it for the news, unless you guys got some last minute thing.
I don't think so, but I played the Guilty Gear beta, and everyone should buy it.
The beta or the real game?
Yeah.
How did was that the one with the new character that was recently?
Yeah, they had the full roster in the beta. She's
What's
funny.
your favorite character?
It's between 3 people, and I'm pretty sure 2 of them are just because they're so attractive. I think I can play them.
Oh,
It's Milia, which is the hair lady that you saw me playing.
Yeah.
She's an entire meal, right? Giovanna, she's fun to play because she does big damage and she's quick, but mostly because she's attractive. She has a spirit dog, so naturally that's cool.
yeah.
And then the one that actually fits is Potemkin, the big ass fucking grappler guy. They
Which
didn't
one
put my
kind
actual
of
main in
kills
the
you?
game. Yeah, they didn't put my actual main in the game because they thought it'd be funny if they put another vampire in, and gave him similar traits, but made him so hard that you had to be a masochist to play this person.
But what about Sagat? Is he coming in?
No,
As a guest character.
no.
He's DLC 2.
Yo, no, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Like
Yeah,
that,
Brian,
bro.
I don't know. The energy, tone it down because you're going to disappoint yourself.
No, because you said that. Well, he said that, and that pissed me off because he had the audacity to say that. But then I pictured Sagat in Guilty Gear like a visual overhaul. I'm like, that would look fucking crazy.
Oh, I guess so.
It made me dream again.
And then it quickly just went away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. Well, that's it for everything here except notable releases and what we're doing in the week. This week we got the Elite Dangerous expansion, Odyssey, coming out, which is like the first-person addition to Elite Dangerous. Space flight sim, I guess. And then now they're adding like being able to walk around and stuff like that. Rust is coming out on consoles. I think it's been out on PC for, years now?
I thought that was already out on.
Oh, then where I got my information lied to me. Movies this week, I didn't see much on here that I recognize. There's movies called 3 Tickets to Paradise, American Fighter, Army of the Dead, Blast Beat, Final Account, 4 Good Days, Into the Darkness, Seance, Sound of Violence, Starbright, and The Dry.
Army of the Dead is the Zack Snyder movie that Chris D'Elia was supposed to be in, but with the allegations they replaced him.
Gotcha. So that's this week then.
I lied. Apparently, so they released the game in 2018, and they're just now bringing it out for the Xbox One and PS4.
Not sure why they waited so long.
Right?
Is it seriously? Is it not coming out for the PS5?
They were probably targeting the
I mean,
last gen, and it took too long to release it, so they're still probably just targeting the last gen.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I'm wondering if it'll even play. I'm sure it'll play on the PS5 without much to do, but
I'm wishing the best of luck.
okay.
Because I don't. You think if it took this long to make, you would make it at least run on newer gen, right? I don't know. But then again, not
3
many.
years is a long time to work on. I mean, they built the game, and then it took them 3 years to convert it to consoles. That's a little
much.
Yeah.
I have a side question for you guys. Last episode, did you guys talk about the whole MK movie thing?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
We should.
Yeah.
I that's the first thing I did. I was like, "Hey Nick, you're here, so I need you to defend this movie because we obliterated it," and he did. And he gave his side. And I'm like, yes, and that's fair. I just wanted a fair side, a fair voice for each side, you know. And he was the side that liked it. So, anywho,
Okay.
Go back and watch episode 141.
yes sir. Or listen to it on your favorite podcast services all over the world.
Do you put it up on like Apple Podcasts and stuff?
Yes sir.
I didn't realize that. I asked Brian this ages ago, and he's like, "I think Anthony does it, but I have no clue."
I would have expected you.
So I listen to podcasts when I go work out, so
Yeah, we've been on there.
that's hilarious. I had no idea.
You gotta keep in mind, these guys are the talent. Once this shuts off, pop-up producer has to come in, and I gotta put everything up online and thumbnails and stuff. That stuff happens after this.
ADLR Podcast. Subscribe.
Oh,
Follow. Oh, it's follow now, not subscribe.
oh, I guess that's news. Thank you for reminding me. Last minute news. You have Apple Music, right, Randall?
Huh?
You have Apple Music, like when
Yes.
they're adding for free support for Dolby Atmos audio and lossless audio. So like your audio is
the
gonna.
funny part of that though.
I did not. What is it? What's the catch?
Apple AirPods don't support uncompressed file formats.
That's not a funny thing. That's funny for you, for the consumers who now they're gonna release pods that do, and you
Yeah.
buy it again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're gonna sell a lot more pods now. Not a lot more. You're gonna have people re-upping. Because that's how it works. Apple, it's not funny for them. They're like, hey, we got them. They're going to come back and buy it another. And it's going to cost like an extra 40% more.
Did
Yeah,
anybody find out if, speaking of buying it again, did anybody find out if you bought the Final Fantasy VII Remake, if the Integrate update is something you have to rebuy?
Okay, so with that, if you got the game through PS Plus, you do have to buy the Integrate. But if you outright bought it, you get it. You get the upgrade for PS5. And I think
So
you get the Yuffie story too. If you own it, I don't think you have to pay for it.
Okay, because
I
I
think-
bought it when it was like on sale.
Oh, then yeah, you should. I was asked that same question today while I was waiting before going to the gym, and we had to look it up. The verbiage is very vague, but it seems like it's if you own it, you get the PS5 upgrade as well, and then the only way to do the Yuffie's mission is if you have the PS5 version. So I would imagine through chain of events there, you would get it. But this is exactly what I was afraid of when they released this thing in chapters. Is how are you like this is already getting too confusing.
That's why I'm just gonna wait for the whole thing to be out when PS6 is announced.
It says, however, if you purchase the Final Fantasy VII Remake Physical Edition for the PS4 and own PS5 Digital Edition, the model without a disc drive, then you are not eligible to download the upgrade.
What the heck? I don't get it. That's what I hate this. This is bad logistical. Like, hey, if you own this version of this, and then, bro, just release the fucking content, bro. Like, these weird licensing stipulations. Go ahead.
So it says, let me read this again. If you there's two parts to this. If you already own Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PlayStation 4 physical or digital version and own a PlayStation 5, you can download the free Final Fantasy VII Remake PlayStation 5 Enhancement Update.
Okay. That's the
However,
thing.
if you purchase the Final Fantasy Remake Physical Edition, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense because that basically says the opposite of what the last part said.
So read the part after the part you said out loud.
So then this So please note that the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake available to PlayStation Plus members is not eligible for PS5 digital version upgrade. This upgrade does not include intermission. However, if you have purchased Final Fantasy VII Remake Physical Edition for PlayStation 4 and own the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, the model without a disc drive, then you are not eligible to download the upgrade. So if you own a PS5 Digital Edition, if you have the PS5 Digital Edition, like the one without a disc,
Yeah.
and own the Final Fantasy VII Remake Physical Edition for the PS4, you are not eligible to get to just upgrade it and download it on.
That makes sense because the software will know that you own the game because you have no disc. Got it. That
But
makes
if
sense.
you own the digital version and own a PS5, you can download it for free. So that means that I should be able to get it for free because I own it.
Yes.
Should being the keyword.
So
there.
complicated.
Yeah, it
Why
is.
did they write it? You think you have to assemble Exodia in one turn or something?
Yeah, right.
Empathetic Army in the chat. So if FF7 available on PS5 with the integrate, yes. So if you get the PS5 version of FFF7, you get integrated with it. And if you own PS4 version of it, you should get a free upgrade unless it's a physical edition. Man, this is so convoluted, dude. Huh?
Is that an emote of Mirror Force?
I don't know. It says trap.
They put that's a trap card from Yu-Gi-Oh, but the picture looks like Mirror Force or something like that. If it is, everyone owes me money. It is. Give me your fucking money.
I mean, I give you $1.
I'm a nerd.
Okay.
Yeah, give me $1.
All right. When it's time to sub to you again, you'll get the $1. You get 2 of them actually.
Oh shit.
Fucking got them. Music released this week. We got 21 Pilots releasing a new album, and same with Olivia Rodrigo with her debut album, Sour. The 21 Pilots album is called Scaled and Icy. And that's it for shit coming out this week. Free games for the week. Like I said earlier, if you want to claim The Witcher 1 on GOG, I think it's going to be up for about a week. And the Lion Song is currently on sale. Free to claim on the Epic Game Store. And later on Thursday, as of this recording, they're gonna have a different game up. But they hit it, so we have no idea what the heck it's gonna be. That'll be up. And that, my friends, is the end of the episode. Sub 3 hours. How are we doing this? Are we just becoming fantastic at this, or what?
I think it's 'cause no one mentioned PoE or Stadia. I think that's why we made it under.
Those are facts. Hold on, let me hit you with it. Probably. That's most likely that. Let's wrap this thing up here. Kelsey, you've been streaming more lately. You gonna keep doing Mass Effect? What you doing this week?
I am gonna try and stream Mass Effect. Keep going with that. I still need to finish off God of War. Still need to play Bloodborne. Still need to work on the car.
You need to Mass Effect your car.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying. There's so many things about the first game that I've missed that the second game just doesn't have, and the third game did differently. Like being able to equip the different armors and weapons, and then putting on mods and things on those. Like the third one did a really good job with that. Well, the third one did that, but I like the original one.
The third one just did it with guns, but the first one did it on your fucking armor and all
Yeah.
that too.
So, like, the first one's definitely my favorite. Like, I really enjoyed the story throughout, but the first one, gameplay-wise, was my absolute favorite. Like, there's some things in the third one that I think would be awesome to pull into the first one, but all in all, I think the first one covers all of the bases, and then the second one, they were like, we're just going to take all of that shit, throw it away, and then in the third one, they were like, hey, so the journal where it actually like separates stuff and tells you when you update stuff and how to do stuff.
Yes, sir.
We're just not going to do any of that. We're just going to say, hey, you should go do this, and then never give you any updates on it.
That's about right. How far are you in Mass Effect 1? Are you going to finish that like this week, or are you going through every side quest?
I usually do every side quest.
Oh, so
I literally so like I started a campaign and then got through Theros, and that's it. Like I haven't done anything else.
Okay, I mean you got a good start though. How does it run, real quick? Does it run like solid? It's not like hitching at random things. Like it's not.
I mean it loads pretty quick. So that It still seems like it loads through Origin, even though I bought it on Steam.
Yeah.
Because like I tried loading it up when I wasn't logged into Origin, and it failed, saying that they couldn't link the accounts or something. Although
God.
I don't know. Actually, I'm not running Origin, so I think you only have to do it once. I think as long as you log into Origin once, load the game, let it link the accounts, and then you don't have to run Origin again. Because I haven't been running Origin when I've been playing. They do have, when you load the game, it actually has like you can choose which game you want to play. You just load up the Legendary Edition, and then it has 1, 2, and 3, and then that'll run some sort of separate launcher to run the actual game.
Gotcha.
But it runs pretty smooth. I mean, everything loads faster. They increased the elevators in the first one. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's no longer waiting 45 minutes to go from the bottom to the top of the Citadel.
That's handy.
You literally like you can like look at the the siding through the glass and see like you're like doing this as you're going through.
That's pretty cool. All right, cool. I'll pop in whenever I can if I'm not doing anything and I can watch you.
Damn right you will.
Stream in 2 days so I could renew my sub.
Yes, sir. I think I'm
2
on the
days,
same boat.
so Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep, 19th.
All right.
And don't be so mad. I came into that stream. I'm like, damn, this man's pissed.
Oh, like I mean, I wasn't pissed. I was just like, "Are you serious? Like, are we fucking serious here?" And then I had to like go look it up, and needed 2 fucking points that I couldn't get.
Gotcha. All right.
The needless death.
Randall, what is you doing this week? Are you returnaling this week?
Maybe.
Are you restarting the cycle?
Maybe.
Oof.
What day are you streaming this?
November 42nd.
All right, that's December something, right? Like I can math here. That's like what, halfway
I
through
said
December?
November 42nd.
Yeah, it carries over to December.
No.
That's what that means.
Days don't carry over into another month.
Whatever. Tell that to my fucking phone plan.
Some art.
Okay.
Gym. Work.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's fair. You forgot prayer again. I don't know about you, bro, but you slacking.
I don't have to mention prayer
You
because
do.
I do that
If you're a
all the
blasphemer,
time.
then I guess you don't have to mention it.
Yeah, I think he is a blasphemer.
I need to protest.
What? We're moving on. I don't have time. I can't get into that. Nick,
What's up?
what is your week looking like? What's the forecast?
Let's see. Take the kids skating on Thursday.
Nice.
Got some shit to get done. Some contracting work. So I'll probably knock a few of these movies out.
You can knock out Love, Death, and Robots in less than 2 hours, I think. Like both seasons.
Yeah, I think because I'm going to be working on stuff, I think it's too much jumping around to be able to focus on that. So I'll probably do that in the weekend.
That's fair.
I
Okay.
don't think anything else. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Just gym. GTL, baby.
Hey, let's go. I'm all about that.
Tan laundry? You said
Yeah,
GTL, right?
GTL,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
GTL, baby.
Did you watch that show?
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
I was gonna
I knew
text
way
you.
too many of those types of people growing up because I grew up in the Philly area.
Gotcha.
What?
I knew way too many of those
movie?
fuckers.
Jersey
Shore.
Oh.
I
Dude,
was,
New fucking haircut.
I was attached to the first 3 or so seasons, but with reason, because I was usually grounded and that was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think a lot of those personalities were real until I went to
they're
Philly.
real.
And
They're real.
the guys walking around holding their girl's neck, like as
Yeah, it's awkward.
it is like it just.
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So like they
Like they
literally,
lead them around by the neck.
Yeah, they literally are like
It's-
holding their neck like this
it's
and
weird.
walking
You've never
seen that
around.
before?
Like
No, I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, it's dudes that do that. They like walk around the mall with their girl and their hand is around the back of their neck.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That is weird. Okay.
I don't get that.
I don't get. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with it. Don't worry about it.
I don't get
Insecure.
Shoot.
If you ever do go to Philly, you need to go to Gino's and Pat's.
Mhm.
Is it Pat's across
Yep.
the street?
Pat's, Geno's, and Tony Luke's.
Are those cheesesteak places or
Yeah.
nice?
Gino's and Pat's are famous because they're literally like
They're right across the street from each other, Well,
Are they-
the street. It's like you're crossing a sub interstate or something. The turnpike.
Is it like
And,
one of those like friendly rivalries thing, or do they like fucking hate each
Yeah.
other? Okay.
yeah,
it's
no,
friendly
they're
rivalry.
friendly rivalries. But
Yeah.
that's the place that I went to at 11:30 at night. Ordered a full size cheesesteak with cheese whiz and onions, and then walked across the street and ordered another one, and then sat down and ate both of them.
How do you not shit yourself? Are you what?
Bro, you don't get looking this good by taking care of your body, okay? Like this is a lot of years of damage and abuse. Like
Which was your favorite?
Which ones are your stripper names?
my
Big
favorite
boy,
was
that's
probably
right.
Geno's.
Geno's, yeah, Geno's good. I think they're all good.
Okay.
It's all in the bread, man.
It is.
The bread's
What-
so much different than you get down
I'm still upset that one place that was near us in Florida closed down because they had the best bread. And
yeah, it
made
wasn't
all the
as
difference.
good as the Northeast, but it was very good.
Yes.
different tier. It wasn't that.
Something about the bread up there, like the bread and the bagels and the pretzels.
the
Something
water.
about the, yeah, it is 100% the water, but whatever they do with it, it's so good.
Deep dish is Chicago, not Philly, right?
Yes.
Right.
It's Chicago.
Wait, what's Chicago?
Deep dish
Deep
pizza.
dish.
No, deep dish pizza is Chicago pizza.
That's
Oh,
what
is
he
that what you
said.
asked? Sorry, you said
Yeah.
Chicago, not Philly.
He is
Sorry.
lit.
It's late. No, I'm not. It's just late. I've been up since 6 a.m.
Oh shit! I will wrap up real quick.
I do want to. I do
no,
want
you're
to
good.
try. There's this new thing up in Philly, where you go and get like a New York style piece of pizza, one of those massive pieces of pizza,
Okay.
and then you get a Philly cheesesteak, and you wrap the cheesesteak in the pizza.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Sign me up, baby. I haven't been to Philly in a while. I'm gonna do that next time I go.
He's gonna order
Road
a
trip.
McDie right there. That's what it's called.
Yeah, roll you right into your fucking coffin. Like, no, I'm good. Damn, dude, that's a heart attack waiting for it to happen. Like, right on the spot. I guess you'll die happy. So I guess something.
It's protein though, dude.
No, you're right, but there's
Lots of protein.
but accompanied by heart attack. So I don't know if it's worth it. You know?
No,
Good
the
workout.
cheese whiz outweighs the.
It cancels
cheese
out
whiz-
the cheese from the pizza.
Yeah.
It
That's how
cancels
math
it out.
works, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
it
it cancels it out.
That's a dry ass fucking pizza.
And then you're eating vegetables. I mean, pizza's tomato sauce. That's
Yeah,
a
you got the
vegetable.
tomatoes.
There's
How long did you
actually a
guys
school
practice
that
this
argued-
in the mirror when you get?
Doing this off of the hip.
There was
Oh,
there was a school that argued that pizza is technically a vegetable, and they won because somebody took the school to court saying that they weren't serving the kids enough vegetables, but they didn't want to spend money on buying actual vegetables, and so they argued that because pizza has tomato sauce on it, that it is a vegetable.
Also, Brian, the cheesesteak wrapped with a pizza is called a Philly taco.
Philly taco, yes.
Philly
I want
taco.
to do this.
Dang, that's crazy. I've never heard of that. But then
What's
again, you
going
guys love
on?
food more than I do. So, all right. I think I finished on Nick, right? You put what you were doing. I think Brian's up, right?
Oh
Let's
yeah,
get it.
yeah, I'm good.
Brian, tell me what you're doing this week.
Oh,
He's trying to recover from the shock of the conversation.
Philly
Yeah.
taco, yeah. He's like, what?
He's going into carb overload right now. Yeah, he's.
what the hell's going on right now? What the hell am I doing? What's today? Monday.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday, I'm not doing a music stream because I want to do it on my own time. Wednesday, we're playing some. And then
Torchlight is not a
Thursday-
mystery. We've said this last week.
Oh, it's Torchlight?
Yes.
Oh, well, I lied to my Twitter audience.
Jesus Christ.
I don't fucking know.
Is this Wednesday night? I'll watch you play Torchlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
They have Bro Up Wednesdays.
Bro up, that's right. I love that.
Brian made that up. I don't want to take credit.
I love that. Bro up. That's fantastic.
I do what counts what I got. Thursday I'm playing It Takes Two with a friend of mine. I don't know how far we are. I don't know if the game's over, but I will say it's enjoyable.
You don't know the game's
Everything's
over?
all right?
I don't know how close I am to the ending.
Oh, I think you meant like you thought you finished it, but you don't know. You remember if you finished it.
No. I know I didn't finish it, but I don't
Okay.
know how long the journey is.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Friday I just put question marks, but I'm streaming on Friday. What I'm streaming, I don't know. We're gonna find out together at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Let's get it. Where can we find you?
What the hell? My name,
Oh my God, Brian.
Brian_Delarosa.
There we go. Kelsey, where can they find you at again?
My house. What's up?
You can find.
So what I'm doing this week is.
Another you can find is Skullgirls on Steam right now. It's actually $25. So
Nice. Javi in the chat is asking for an MS Paint stream. So if any of you talented artists want to use MS Paint and stream, I've seen some crazy fucking creations with it, just MS Paint actually. So
Yeah.
we can laugh, but I've seen some stuff. I'm like, I couldn't do that if my life was dedicated to this.
Yes. I have seen some insane stuff.
wait, which one of us is doing the paint stream then? Is he asking for?
I think any
The
of us.
same week that you host.
I don't know what I can do differently besides. I don't know. I still haven't figured out what my niche would be if I hosted this.
You don't have to have a niche. I mean, you just have you just host.
If I'm doing it, I'm going big, Anthony. All right.
My bad. My bad.
Bugattis only.
You're right.
He's
So is Randall not showing up?
No, he's gonna show up in your orange thing.
I want to see how fast I get taken down.
It'd literally be him, because he'd be this. You wouldn't be on the main camera, so everyone can see it, and you see him just walk in like, "What the heck?" And then you're canceled.
And I'm canceled immediately. The whole thing's gone. My channel's gone.
Well, it's got to report it. It's got to be reported and go through the motions first. So you have a couple of hours of
Oh, that's
orange
true.
thing out there.
Oof, and then it's over for me.
I don't think any of your viewers are going to report it though.
Maybe for fun and giggles they might. They'll enjoy it, like, this is great content, but I want it just for me. So they'll enjoy it and then report me. They'll clip it, download the clip, and then report me.
How do you feel about that, Randall?
I think you
You can
guys
say
are
no.
disgusting human beings.
Yes, that's the best compliment all day.
You should
And
join
the
our
slut
side,
sent
Randall.
you.
Think you know
I'm
someone?
rather disappointed in Bryant because I thought he was a man of the Lord.
I am a man of the Lord.
He
I
is.
say when I pray, respect Mon. Mon is my Lord. That is the man above all.
He doesn't agree.
Tell him. Let's see.
Your shirt promotes war in the stars. Mine's respect, like the Lord intended.
Bob Ross is all about respect.
Bless. I have a chia pet for Bob Ross, but it didn't grow anything, so I just have it there as a reminder that I'm a failure as a
You
grower.
You're not a green. You don't have the green thumb.
No.
It'd be like that. This week, what do we got going on the channel? I gotta start recording some new gameplays 'cause I think I'm running out on Immortals. And what else is up there? Outriders is still going up on the YouTube channel. I think that's it. I think it's just Immortals and Outriders. No stream tomorrow. I got work stuff to do. Then Wednesday we got Torchlight 3 with Brian over here. And then Thursday
Apparently
I'm gonna
it's
start.
not. Apparently Brian's telling lies all over Twitter. So
Oh yeah. He's I don't know what. Like literally after we ended the Borderlands stream last week, I'm like, "Yo, Javi, are you available?" He says, "No, I'm not available." I'm like, "All right, Brian, we're doing Torchlight." How do you?
Anthony, when trying to get a PS5, I forgot my own address.
Oh right, those are okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was major like shook right there. Like he didn't know where to block.
Does your
sure-
mom?
I'm
Does your
sure-
mom still wipe your ass too?
Yeah.
Damn, I need one of those.
We have on a Craigslist ad if you want someone to come and wipe your ass. for
Ah,
you.
yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I'll
I don't
never
like
forget
he
the
said,
day
"Hell
that
yeah."
I'll never forget the day that I brought Adam over. I think for the first time.
Yeah.
And Bryant was laying on the couch. Was like, "Mom, can I have some ice cream?" And she's like, "Sure, baby." And she went and got the ice cream. And Adam was like, "No, no, you get up, you get off your ass. You get your own fucking ice cream."
That's
Oh.
funny.
That was great. He almost had a fucking aneurysm then.
He did.
You know,
Like
technically,
I kept telling you, I was like, "Look, they live very differently than we did." Because like that's the culture, you know, the
Mhm.
moms or the grandmothers and everything. They take care of the household. That's just the way it works.
So my grandma was.
technically, Adam didn't get up and get his own ice cream. He was given ice cream too. So,
Ooh,
But he was a guest. That's different.
hey, the
also
lawyer's
true.
not gonna say that.
Okay. Okay, my fault.
I do miss coming home and coming over to your place and your mom be like, "You want anything to eat?" And I'll be like, "You know what, just a little bit." You know, it took me 4 fucking
20
years to teach
courses.
It
Do what?
is. It was
20
like
courses of food.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I said my grandma does the same shit. She's hardcore Italian. Like she hardly knows English. So.
Oh, so
I know that
when you
feeling.
go there, you gain pounds. Like you're
Yes.
eating. Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
tell them about the squirrels that are near.
Oh,
your
the squirrels.
house.
Oh God. Okay. So my grandmom lived by herself for a while with her dog, and she feeds. So she just has an obsession with feeding things. Like if she doesn't have people to feed, she's gonna feed her animals, and she fed her dog so much. Like her dog is a little beagle. Like normally a beagle weighs what, 15, 20 pounds? This dog weighed 50 pounds. It was a 50-pound beagle. It looked like a fucking watermelon with legs sticking out of it.
How
And
did it survive? What?
Well, it didn't for. I mean, well, it actually did for pretty long. I guess it was super well fed. But we went to her house. I want to say it was like 5 or 6 years ago, and we were sitting here eating, and there's squirrels sitting on the outside of her house on like the little trellis thing.
Okay.
These squirrels look like Italian mobsters. Like they had huge guts, and like the paws were red from spaghetti sauce that she would give them. My dad's sitting here looking out the window. He's like, "Ma, you been feeding these squirrels?" And she's like, "Yeah, the squirrels are hungry." and he goes, "The paws are red. What have you been feeding them?" "Oh, I'll give them some spaghetti, some meatballs, Very, very funny. These
back.
squirrels had huge guts. Like, they were huge.
They just finished doing a hit. They just had the blood on their hands and ready for more.
They
Oh
were
my-
ready.
That's hilarious. I didn't never heard of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna feed everything that comes to my house. Holy shit, that's dope though. Oh man. I don't know where the hell I was at.
What are you doing, Anthony? Wednesday.
Oh yeah, okay.
Flashlight.
That's what we're doing. I'm like, damn, I'm lost. I've completely. This train literally exploded in different fucking.
Solid quality content.
Yeah, and then Thursday I'm starting the playthrough of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. There's a game I had in my backlog that I wanted to play for a while. So now that I finished Prey, it's the next thing on the list. And that's it for the week. Gonna chillax on the weekend. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming anything, and then we'll back
Anthony,
here.
what are you doing this week?
Are we starting this or no?
Oh, the podcast. Yeah, let's start right now. I mean, it's gonna be a
What's the
good one.
podcast start?
Yeah, and that's it for the week. And then next week we'll be here starting again. That's it.
Practice Joker.
I'm not gonna answer that. We have finished the episode here. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both. You know, sometimes you're watching the show and listening to it. Some people just watch it in mute because some people are just so attractive on this podcast. You just want to watch them, but don't hear them.
But only if they could get tighter shirts.
Believe me, I've looked. Okay.
You gotta start going into the kid sizes, man.
Yeah.
I can't because I ripped those. I mean, I
That's
don't
the
know. I haven't
point.
tried it. Whoa.
You get the like larger kid size, and then it rips like down here as you like flex, maybe up the shirt, or up here some, and then you just wear that. Like
I'm
that's
just gonna get a tie that has DK on it and come on here nude. I like to
I'd watch
cosplay.
it.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. It's a loyal one right there.
You're welcome.
Or you could
You
talk
get,
to
you get
Randall.
good content. I don't care what you look like.
You could talk to Randall's contact in the clothing world. Have him custom make you.
Oh,
You know.
a Donkey Kong fit. You think you can set that up for me?
Oh what?
I know you're managing TikTok right now to make sure it still runs. But
I'm Cole.
you're co-owner of TikTok. You're rolling in the deep right now. So can you what?
I got 80 of them.
Yeah. There's a TikTok of a guy. He's like, I don't know what HD is, but my doctor says I have 80 of them, and he starts like dancing in like slow motion. It says 80 HD, the number 80 HD, and I'm like, that's excellent.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that bit's gone already. We're moving on. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with some more bullshittery and hopefully content that'll make you forget about your problems. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. Bye. Brian, we can't hear you anymore.
Yeah.